just tripping on day. Dreams got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep. Yes, I'ma get that bass the way she said it. Blowing smoke in my face and I'ma let it. I'ma let it stay the way it is. Yeah, hey now, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. A circling Miranda, she look like she wanna. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Tell me what you thought of. What did you say that you need it, need it? Show that you want me, yeah, yeah. A circling Miranda, eating me alive, yeah. You want me to love you. What did you say that you need it, need it? Show that you want me, yeah, yeah. A circling Miranda, eating me alive, yeah. You want me to love you. What did you say that you need it?
Hey y'all. Hi, 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 hi everybody. Oh boy. Bear with me tonight, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I was gonna make it. Look, I forgot to light my candle. When do I forget to light my candle? Very rarely, right? Very, very rarely. But I forgot today, y'all. So, here's the scoop on everything, okay? I took a nap, but I thought, hey Gina, how's your night going? I'm glad to see you. So I took a nap, what I thought was a nap, okay? It wasn't a nap, y'all. It was not a nap. It was a whole ass sleep. I took this said nap at like, I don't know. I want to say I laid down for a nap at like 2:30 this afternoon. Maybe 3 o'clock, and I didn't wake up till like 9:40, almost 10 o'clock. So I had to get myself together, I had to get everything situated, I had to get everything on OBS situated. I don't know, I might have to redo my entire OBS. I'm hoping that I don't have to do that. I kind of know how to do everything. It'll just be a pain to restart everything over again because there's so many things on there. But my cameras keep going out. So when I open my OBS, normally my cameras will turn on, everything's good to go, all I gotta do is press start live. It hasn't been that way for like the last 3 weeks, ever since I put the fur baby cam on. It's been really, really giving me an issue, so I guess we'll see how that pans out. The minder came in, so y'all, these minders are mind-blowing. Like, they're so awesome, and it makes it a lot easier because I do fidget a lot, like in my everyday. So the fact that they had these it's so wonderful. She's got a bunch more of the fidget ones. I think I'm gonna purchase another one of these exact ones because we're currently actually working on 2 canvases. So I'll show you my book. That way I don't have to kind of like grab all this stuff. So this is this canvas. This is the new release from DAC, the Snow Princess that the hubby picked out. And then we're also working on this D-stash that I got from Diamond Queen. So it's called Frenchy Corn. It is a partial. I did not know it was a partial. I wish I would have known that prior to purchasing it. I don't normally buy partials. I don't normally do partials. I don't know. I just feel like full-on canvases look better to me. But this is very convenient, this small one. It's a very little snack size one. It's not very much to do. I figured I'd do it for Pride Month, kind of on the side, and I may bring it onto stream every once in a while. Our main canvas that we're working on is this one. And yeah, that one I kind of just, some days when I have off and stuff like that, I like to kind of try to get some time in with the hubby. So the small one is just easier to kind of maneuver into the living room space and sit on a chair in there and do that. So that way, he doesn't feel like, even though I'm off of work, I'm still not spending time with him. So that's kind of what that canvas is for. It may be brought onto stream certain days. But yeah, other than that, that's really it. I did receive the canvases from Diamond Queen. I'm happy on that. Not too happy with the shipping fee. You guys get an ad starting soon, so just keep that in mind if you're not already in an ad. What else did I have to share before we start? The hubby bought me a mouse pad. I was having a bit of issues with that, and Amazon's giving me a hard time, as per usual. Other than that, I don't really think there's anything new. I am contemplating on getting a couple more D-stashes from Diamond Queen. We're trying to kind of figure that out, because shipping is ridiculous. Shipping cost me $30. Like $30-something for the last D-stashes, which is like ridiculous. Have I checked Mrs. Coffee's new shop? I have. Yes, I have. I sure have. Okay. I will wait. Alright, we'll start. I did have putty in this when I was working on the small one. I'll put some more in here anyhow. You should be coming out of the ad any minute. Should be. Listen to those keywords. Should be. This ad counter sucks. It really does. Okay, welcome back. Yes, I did check out her shop. Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. I think I am going to get, when I get the chance to, because the hubby really has been kind of going way over what we would normally go over that quickly, because it's been a while since he's gotten me stuff. Obviously, it's his day coming up for Father's Day, so I'm kind of trying to dwindle down on purchasing things for myself, so I gotta kind of figure out what we're gonna get him for his day. But yes, I have checked it out. There's some wonderful stuff up there. I think, to be completely honest, I think I'm definitely getting a tumbler. There's no question asked about that. I'm not really sure which one I want to do. I'm gonna get some stickers. What was the other thing? Oh, I definitely would like to get a notebook as well. Because I like to keep my canvases that I'm working on in notebooks, in nice kind of notebooks. I was supposed to I was talking with Jenny the other day, and she came up with an absolute wonderful idea that I'd really, really like to try. Now, I have some on hand, but they're kind of like dingy and haven't been used in a very long time. I was initially using them for my DMC pages. So I'll kind of show you an idea of those, but I ended up getting lamination sheets. So I have these ones, and then I also have one other one kind of sitting next to me on the shelf that the hubby got me for like my laptop and my mouse and my keyboard and my pens and my trays, so that I have things closer to me. So these are kind of just for reference to make sure that whatever canvas I'm working on is not an incorrect row or color. And I initially had the page savers for these, but then when I ended up getting the lamination sheets, I no longer needed those page savers, so I just laminated them. But we came up with the idea because my canvases, I have a lot. I have an entire walk-in closet filled with canvases. Different companies, mostly 99% of my canvases are from DAC. Some of them are from Distracted by Diamonds. Some of them are from Craftably. So I have a few different companies. Normally, I just purchase from DAC because I know that when I buy the item, even though it's a little bit more expensive, I know that I'm going to be happy with it. So those page savers are a little bit dingy, so I was going to buy a whole new binder, a whole new 200 set of the page savers, some, what do they call those, like Trapper Keeper organizers, in a pastel color. They were really, really pretty, and some labels, some printable labels. So basically, you throw the labels inside of your printer, and you can print whatever text you want onto those labels, and you peel them right off, and you stick them right onto whatever. So that was my initial cart. I was gonna get that because I'd like to have a little bit more of an organization thing kind of going on with the canvases. That way, my sticker sheets are not getting ruined because I have them stuck onto the top of the boxes so that I can see every canvas without having to actually pull the box out of the rows that I have them in. But what's happening with that is I keep the stickers. I don't ever peel the back off. I keep them because I can turn those into binders. I can, keep them for a collection one day. I don't know. So I don't ever really use them. Normally what I'll do is I'll cut the ends of it off, and that's kind of what'll go into my logbook when I'm working on something, the small sticker, like I showed you in the logbook. That's normally what I do, but I take a piece of tape and I stick it on the back of it so that I don't have to peel that tape and it's permanently stuck in the book, or it's permanently stuck on whatever I have it on. So that's pretty much what I'm doing with the boxes, is I have the small sticker on top of the box, and I didn't peel the back off. So I have a piece of tape there and it's stuck, and that's what's keeping it there. But what's happening is because I have it folded into the crease of the box, it's kind of ripping up portions of the sticker. So we came up with the idea to get a Trapper Keeper, put all of the stickers into separate, spaces inside the Trapper Keeper, or binder, and pretty much label the top of every box with a label. So 1 through 100 through whatever, how many canvases I have. And then when I'm going through the said binder, I can see what every canvas is just by the number on top of the box. That saves my stickers, that saves space, it saves time, and it is more organized. Unfortunately, like I said, I needed a new mouse pad because the mouse pad that came with the keyboard and the mouse, I will be getting a new keyboard and mouse as well, which is a little bit more expensive. I think it's like $70 or something for the set. Totally worth it because it is a really nice keyboard. It's actually it has like floating caps. It's light up just like the one I currently have, but it's not pink, it's black. I can't get the colorful light up keyboard through that company. It's just plain white, and I don't want a plain white lit keyboard. I would like the colorful one that goes with the mouse pad. And then it comes with a black mouse. So basically, that was my initial buy. I was going to get the Trapper Keeper and all that stuff, but I ended up going with the mouse pad instead because the mouse pad that came with the keyboard and the mouse is all banged up. It's got stains on it. We have cat, so cat hair got embedded in it, and it is way too small. So with the DAC, you could use the big sticker, the one that comes with the labels, the one with the start date. Yes, that's normally... Actually, what I use that for, I already have a use for those normally, and then I keep them at the end. But that is a good idea because it does have the start date. But this is normally what I do with those. So normally I take and I put the big sticker. I'll cut this part out, right? If I'm working on two separate like containers, I need two containers to put the canvas, and I'll put the end date, the start date, so that I know this one is Snow Princess, and then it has the image of it and the info that I need. So normally I put it on my storage, and I put the small sticker in the logbook. But that is a good plan, Gina, because it does have the start and the end date on it. So I must agree with you on that. It is actually more convenient, because then I don't have to write in the start and the end date. It's kind of already there for me. I could just like write my notes and stuff. I don't really have to write like the canvas size and the colors, and that kind of is all mixed up into that one label. So that is a good point. But that's kind of just how I'm doing it now. I could switch it for sure. I could definitely switch it and have it to where I'm using the small sticker for the storage and the larger sticker for the logbook. That would work too. I do think that Jenny's idea was really, really nice though, because I'm like, ooh, like, it would be super, super organized. I could just kind of flip through the binder and figure out what it is that I want to work on, pull those stickers out, go to the corresponding box with the corresponding number on it, and then, go from there. But me needing a new mouse pad was a little bit more important than me getting some organizing things going on. Just due to the fact that, when I come up here and I stream, I want to make sure that everything is, number one, comfortable for my viewers, but also comfortable for myself. That way, when I'm running the stream, I'm not having an issue with clicking on certain things or typing certain things and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? He just got me the new shelving unit. So basically, it's supposed to have 4, but I took the one shelf out from the very bottom so that I could put my boxes, some of my canvases, right next to me. The third shelf has my I guess you would call it organizer. My organizer with my pens in it and all my trays. And then it has like a little organizing box with some minders in it, my tape to section my canvases off. Then the second shelf is my mouse pad, my mouse, my keyboard, and then the first shelf is the laptop, the cords that go to the the cameras, the HDMI to the monitor, my logbooks, my DMC, a little thing with some putties in it, my remotes to my monitor, my remote to my lamp, my spare cell phone. I have some minders that are stuck right to the side, my big fairy minders. When I went to the ER, hubby was mad at the doctor about what the doctor gave me pain. Yeah, they could have killed me with the dose they gave. Yeah, that medication is very strong. I don't like taking that route unless that's absolutely necessary for me to take that route. Fentanyl is very, 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 very dangerous. Very dangerous. When I worked in the health field, we had to give certain patients that, because remember, me working in a nursing home, most of these people, unfortunately, are on their way out. They're either very, very ill, or they're kind of just very, very, old. In their 90s, late 80s. Some were just in there for purposes of healing from surgeries. Those type of patients, they were held on a different floor. But the floor that I normally worked on, a lot of them were more kind of like hospice almost, in a sense, unfortunately. So that was a lot of what we had to unfortunately give, because when they're in that stage, you're pretty much taught to keep them as comfortable as possible until they take their final moments. So it is not something that I prefer. It is not something that I think, even if I was in large amounts of pain, that I would allow to be given this said medication, just because personal reasons. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And it is very scary. So I don't blame your husband for feeling that way. Obviously, he loves you, and he's just worried about your overall well-being and your health. And yeah, fentanyl is very, very, very scary. It can, yes, if you're given too high of a dose, yes, it is very easy to overdose on fentanyl. One thing I can say is it's better to be in a hospital in that type of setting with something similar to that going on, rather than, not being watched. I'm glad that they were watching you. I'm sure they had you hooked up to monitors, and they do this for a living. I personally do not trust doctors. I've told the story before on the channel, that I went down to the ER when my father was getting surgery for something as simple as I had a little bit too much to drink. I was very, very nervous of said surgery with my father. It was open heart surgery, his very first open heart surgery out of the 4 he had. Because the first time they went in, this hospital was such shit that they literally gave him an infection, messed up his sternum. Like, it was just a lot. This hospital was a very garbage hospital. And they were not paying attention, nor do they care. I went down for something as simple as being a little bit dehydrated because I had a little bit too much to drink the night before, and the nurse almost literally stopped my heart with something as simple as a nausea medication, that he was not paying attention to how he was administering said nausea medication. So I personally don't trust doctors, not at all. It is very possible for them to make a very small mistake that could end in a very, very large mistake. But I am glad that you are safe. You are back home. You're feeling better. And, you just know that obviously your husband cares, because it is dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. It's not something that's, just given all the time. It's definitely something that's should be given at a moderation, and it's something that's given for high amounts of pain. It's definitely not just given for nothing. I was so sleepy the next day where I was loopy. I totally believe that, because it is very, very strong. That is stronger than morphine. That's not a joke. It's definitely very strong. It will definitely make you feel that way. A lot of people, it'll make them nauseous. It's no joke. It's real. It's the real deal. But I definitely understand where he's coming from, because it is strong. It's not like a Percocet or something like that, where you take it takes the pain away for a little bit. You might feel a little bit funny and a little nice and calm and relaxed. But as far as like fentanyl, stuff like that, yeah, that's no joke. That's serious stuff right there. It is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. But unfortunately also, it really also comes down to how much pain you're in. Obviously you had to get all types of testing done. Then with your health, the health stuff that you do have going on at the moment, they also have to take that into consideration, and pick really what the best route is to keep you comfortable as they're running their tests and they're figuring out what's going on, and you're waiting for those tests to come back. Those tests, I feel like they take years. I think everybody in the United States, and even, around the world, I'm sure they all go through the same thing when they're getting testing done. They have to take such accurate and intensive testing to make sure that they're running every possible thing that it could be to try to pinpoint what it is that you're going through. That way they can kind of give themselves an idea of what the best route to go is, and how to kind of get you back feeling better, get you back, being safe. Because obviously, too, they don't want to send you home with something that they didn't catch, and then God forbid you go home and something happens. You know, that's the reality of that too. Because even when you leave the ER, say, you know, they're like, oh, you're fine, yeah, nothing's wrong, we didn't find anything, you're good to go, you can go home, and they discharge someone and something, God forbid, happens. That's on them. Because they discharged you and sent you home and said nothing was wrong. Like, before my dad passed away, he was in the midst of suing one of the hospitals here. Literally had a lawyer and everything for it, because what happened is they gave my father what's called a stress test. Basically, they make you run on a treadmill, they give you a bunch of medications, and they try to see if your heart can handle it. They basically try to see if they can induce a heart attack. And my father had heart failure, and emphysema, and COPD, and all these health problems, and they sent him home. They said, oh, you're good to go. David, you're good to go. You're good to go. You're fine. You can go home. You know, your heart is doing good. It's doing better. Mind you, he just had open heart surgery, y'all. And what happened? He went home. 30 minutes later, he had a heart attack at home. And he almost died then. If he was home by himself around that time like he normally was, thankfully his wife took off of work that day for said stress test, because God forbid he was driving home and had the heart attack. Crashed into someone, you know, hurt himself and others around him. God forbid he was home by himself and had said heart attack. Boom, no one's there to help him. Ridiculous. Absolutely not acceptable. Hey Diamond Queen, how are you? How's your night going? I'm glad to see you. So, you know, sometimes doctors and hospitals are a bit of a hit or miss for me. Just simply because, like I said, they can make the most simplest mistake. Especially if you don't have good insurance, they don't really care anyway. They'll just send you home just because you don't have some sort of coverage, or treat you like you're some sort of alien because you don't have coverage. And I just don't think it's right, you know. I am glad, however, that's trash. I am very glad that you're feeling better, you're good to go, you're on your 2 feet, and you're back home, and you're safe, and that medicine is fully up out of your system, and you're good to go, because it is very dangerous. It really is. When you told me that, I was like, oh my God. I hope that everything goes good. That's why I was actually thinking about ending the live early that night, but because you weren't feeling well, I really didn't want to leave on stream, because we were kind of there for you since you were there by yourself, and you know, we're all family here, so. Having a hard day, been crying off and on, but I'm getting through it. Girl, you have my number. You know, you could always text me. I am always here to be an ear. Always, always, always. I know that feeling, and I hope that you feel better, girl. I really do. And I'm so sorry that you're not feeling well and something's bothering you. I hope that whatever it is that's bothering you stops as soon as humanly possible. Pain meds are not something to mess with. Yeah, no, they're not. They're not. Okay, kitty cat, no problem. Sure. As long as you're here, that's all I care about. I've been on your stream since you started. I just have everything muted. Oh, I'm sorry. I hear that. Listen to me for a second. Seriously. If anybody knows that feeling, girl, it's me. I don't have either one. I don't have no grandparents. I don't have my mama. I don't got my dad. I have nobody. Only person that I got in my life is my husband. And, you know, obviously you guys when I need someone to talk to. But I know that feeling. You know, like I said, you got my number. You are always more than welcome to, you know, shoot me a text. Say, hey, you know what? I need you for a second because I need an ear, and I will gladly be that ear for you. Because if anybody knows it, it's me. Believe me. I miss my parents every single day. Every day I wake up, every day I go to bed. I miss them more than anything in the world. My mom didn't make it easy talking about when she's gone, and my dad's picture is behind us. Yeah, it's a tough conversation. It really is. It's very tough. I wish that I had that conversation with my mom, Thankfully, my dad had a wife, and she handled all that stuff. You know, she had that conversation with him and tried to kind of get it out because he really just was not, doing well. And my dad started crying and saying he was afraid to die, he didn't want to die, and yeah, I totally feel your pain. I really do. My mom is my world. Yeah, I bet. I definitely bet. My mom was like, no joke, more my best friend than she was my mom. Seriously. We would just get on the phone and laugh for hours and hours and hours. I would travel from another state to come see her every other week, even though, it costs a lot of money to do so. I just wanted to see my mom. We told each other everything. I told her everything. She told me everything. We were best friends. My mom's passing was a very, very traumatic passing. It was not, she was very, very healthy. There was no health problems. There was no none of that. It was a terrible accident. It was not planned at all. So it kills me every day that it happened. How I found out it happened. Having to travel from another state, with no money or nothing to figure out how I'm going to get my mother cremated. It was definitely a very, very tough time for me. And like I said, I hope that you feel better, and all I can say to you is, stay strong, keep your head on, and just, try to be as strong as you possibly can for your family that's still here, for your mom, for yourself. And like I said, I'm always here to be here anytime you need one. My dad and I didn't have a good relationship until around the time he died, and that's what hurts so bad to him. And it's crazy that you say that, because that was the same thing with me. I never really had a relationship with my dad. He more had a relationship with my brother, unfortunately. He'd take my brother to concerts, dirt bike riding, quadding, camping, out to eat, here, there. He'd go to his house, and we never really had that bond. I had that bond with my mother. But like the last 3 years of his life, when I really kind of started getting super, super serious with, him starting to get to know my husband and trying to get the family to kind of mend with each other and everybody get along, that's when he passed away. This month and next month will be hard. Is that like the anniversary, or I'm assuming obviously, Father's Day. I tend to kind of try to veer off from those holidays, but unfortunately I have a husband who is a father. So I have no choice but to celebrate that, make a nice dinner, get him a nice gift or two, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. I gotta figure that out tonight, but I hear that. It's hard. It really is. It's never, I hate when people say to me, oh, it gets easier. It gets easier. It doesn't. It doesn't get any easier, y'all. It doesn't get easier for me anyway. There has been no easiness about any of it. It has killed me every single day. The way that I felt like people just gave up on my dad like he was a freaking robot instead of a whole human being. And would rather take his life support away from him than to even give him 24 hours to see if he'd pull through, because I've physically seen miracles happen. No, his wife that he pretty much lived his entire life to aid and work till he ended up in the ground. She'd rather just give up, but that's just the reality of it. Everybody lives to pass away, and it is very, very hurtful and very damaging to the people around them that love them, and it doesn't get any easier. But what does happen is you gotta remember, you have people who are alive. Your mom, who depends on you. Your hubby, who depends on you. You have friends, I'm sure, who talk to you every day. You gotta be strong for them and yourself. This month is the awareness month of the disease. That's right, you told me about that, and I'm so sorry. You told me about that. My dad was a pediatrician when he died. Yeah, so was my dad. Yep. He was in and out of the hospital every other week. hallucinations, not knowing who he is or where he is. The last incident that had happened, his wife found him when she got off work jamming like a month and a half's worth of medication down his throat, and he thought he was just taking his medication like he normally does, but he was hallucinating. Oh, hey, Mrs. Coffee! How are you? Glad to see you. How's your night going? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Pando. It is so ridiculous. I'm gonna hydrate. Thank you for the redemption. The hubby's got some company, y'all, so I gotta get him to get me some more to drink. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I tried everything that you first told me when I first came to you about it. I turned all the switches off and then back on, and then I completely took it off of the OBS and I put it back. None of that worked. When I do the testing from the actual Pando extension, it works. It goes to OBS, everything shows that it works. I even recreated and deleted the old channel points. So it had like a thing at the bottom where it says danger zone, and then it has delete or recreate channel points, and none of it worked. Okay. I will wait for you to get out of the ad. Okay, you're not in ads. Okay. So basically, there's a bottom portion, right? Where it says danger zone. And it says at the bottom to, I guess, uninstall pet. And then it says recreate channel points. So basically, the old channel points were not working. The channel redemptions, they weren't working. So there's an option at the very bottom of it that says recreate channel points. So basically, the app recreates everything for you. So I deleted the old ones, thinking maybe there was something wrong with them or something like that. And I recreated everything. It gave me I looked at a tutorial on it on how to do it. And basically, you just recreate all the channel points. And then when I recreated them, I downloaded the little pictures of the Pando, and I put them there as like the icon, and it's still not working. I don't know. It was working perfectly fine when I first started the channel. There was nothing wrong with it. Like I said, when I'm testing it on the actual extension itself, everything is going through. Yeah, I tried all that, because the last time I was having a little bit of issues with the Pando, I came to you about it. I said, hey, Mrs. Coffee, I'm having a little bit of an issue with the Pando. What do I do? And that's what you told me. You said, make sure that all the slides are on. And I did. I think there was a few that were off, and I turned them all on, and then the Pando started working again. And I checked again. I slid them all off. I turned them all back on. And when I'm testing it to send it through to the OBS, it's working. But when I'm actually clicking the channel points aren't working. The Pando works perfectly fine when it says, welcome everybody, and it welcomes everybody and all of that. But the actual channel points itself, like the feed and like the treat and the drink and all of that stuff, is not working. And it's so weird. Yeah. I uninstalled it in OBS, took it completely off of all of the scenes, and then put it back on. And then I was thinking to myself, I said, okay, well, what if I just take this completely out, right? And I do it all over again. Yeah, that was really a name. I just asked Alexa what were the top dog names. And that's kind of how I came up with that. Originally, I had the name Echo, because I was talking about this a couple of weeks ago, where the hubby and I decided to do some fostering for a cute little, what we were told was a Rottweiler puppy. Found out very quickly that they don't know what the hell the dog is. They lied to us and then lied to whoever did adopt her in the end. And we decided not to keep the dog. And then what happened was, it just hurt me too much to still see the name Echo there, because it really did bother me that we had to get rid of her because of the actions of the shelter itself, and the fact that we knew they were trying to get over. So I just named it a name that came up with asking the Alexa. Hey Jenny, how are you? How's your night going? I'm glad to see you. How you feeling? I was just talking about you. And Gina, Sheba has not been feeling well. See, this is the thing. Normally, I feed them I prepare their meals for them, and it's just easier on their stomach. So usually it's like white rice with some sort of additive. Could be like ground beef. They really like bananas. Pureed pumpkin is really good. Eggs are really good. But lately, I haven't had any white rice in the house, so we went back to the dry dog food, and I think it really tore her stomach up because she's not been happy. She just had a really bad stomach ache. You may need to reconfigure the app on Twitch, then refresh OBS. Okay, I'll try that. Had to restart, was trying to comment but wouldn't show up. Been driving. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm glad that you're up here now. Yeah, she's not feeling good. I'm hoping that it seems like it's settling down some. So I've just been hydrating her really well and trying to keep her as comfortable as possible. If it doesn't change within the next couple of days of her stomach, because it's not like she's in super large amounts of pain. It just seems like she doesn't want anything to do with the dry food at all. She will only eat stuff that I prepare, so I'm preparing her food. I'm just getting small bags of rice just to prepare her food. Our male dog, he doesn't care what the hell you give him, he'll eat it. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep her comfortable as possible. If it doesn't change within the next few days, she's definitely going to the vet. So I'm hopeful. I got my fingers crossed that it's just because of the food switch and she's just not happy with the dry dog food. They've never really been happy with that, but unfortunately, with us trying to make sure all the bills are paid and make sure all of that stuff is situated, we just don't have the extra funds to be buying all this rice, because it takes a lot of rice to feed them big dogs. It's not something that's cheap by any means. It's very expensive. It's much cheaper to just buy a big bag of dry dog food and use that, but she's just not feeling it. She's not having it. And if I don't see a difference within the next couple of days, Sheba will be going to the vet. So again, I'm just hopeful that maybe it's just the dry dog food, because normally they're fine. I do know that my cousin, which is where we got the dogs from to begin with, where we rescued them from to begin with, said that every last one of the puppies, I guess people contacted her and said they passed away. Our dogs are the only remaining dogs out of the entire litter, and she had 9. So I don't know why that is. I don't know. Our dogs are healthy. They've never had any issues. We've never had any problems with them as far as health-wise goes. They've always been healthy, happy dogs. So I don't know if the people were not caring for the dogs properly, because I don't know said people, and my cousin is way different than I am. If I'm going to give a dog away, I'm going to have to know, like, your whole entire background, okay? Like, I want a whole ass background check. Because you never know. You never know, and especially with the bigger dog breeds, a lot of people use them for fighting and things like that, and that's just not something that I'm willing to have on my brain, to not know if the dog's being cared for properly. My cousin will just give the dog to anybody who has the money for it. That's not me. I have to kind of know a little bit about you, and said things like that. I was going to redeem giving her a treat, but since she's not feeling well, I will wait till she's better. Yeah, I would do so. I'm really sorry about that. I know you guys love to use those channel points to see the baby, but yeah, she's really not feeling well. I've been trying to get her to get in the bath, but like she's just not her normal self, if that makes sense. Normally, they both love bath time. They're both super up and up, and lately they're just not. Lately, she's just not feeling it. She doesn't really want to be bothered. And she wants to be out and about, running around and tormenting the cats, which is good. Which is why she's not lethargic or anything like that. When I called the family vet about the incident, they said it could definitely sounds like a food change because she could have some sort of allergies or something like that, or just legitimately being picky because she is used to the rice and doesn't want the other food. So she's kind of in a situation now where she's starving herself essentially because she does not want that food, and she's not eating said food until she's really, really hungry. So I've had no choice but to go grab like a small little bag of rice that will just last her, to try to get her to eat and all that stuff. They've told me as long as she's not lethargic or, acting in a weird ways of, not moving or panting or seeming like she's got a fever or whining constantly and just not moving, she's not like that at all. She's just pretty much pissed off that she's not getting her normal food. It wouldn't be kennel cough. Definitely not. Number one, she's not around any other dogs to get kennel cough. That's normally literally from being in a kennel. That's normally how a dog will get it. And she's not showing any symptoms of illness. She's just being a brat, if that makes sense. Like, she doesn't want to eat. And as soon as I gave her the rice, she started eating. Just as if she was fine and there was nothing wrong. She's just being a brat. They're both spoiled. And like I said, our male dog has no problem. You could give him literal garbage and he'll eat it. He don't care, y'all. He does not care. He doesn't care what he eats. Her, on the other hand, she's like very prissy and wants everything her way. And if it's not her way, then it's the highway. Like, she's different. She's very different. She's very spoiled. She's different. She's a different kind of dog. So, I haven't really taken the time to situate her and bring her into the craft room and all of that stuff. I just want her to feel 100% better before I do that. Like I said, I've spoken to the family vet that we've had for many, many years, and I kind of explained, this is what she's doing, these are the actions, and this is kind of, the difference, and this is how she normally is opposed to now. And they said as long as she's not lethargic or showing any sort of symptoms of some sort of illness, like she's not, getting any sort of, she's not sneezing, she's not coughing, she's not wheezing, she's not, there's none of that going on. She's literally just not wanting to eat anything other than what she's normally used to, and she's being a brat about it. She is having a little bit of diarrhea, which I did see. That's starting to clear up since I started feeding her back what she's normally used to. And she seems to be a lot better than what she was a couple of days ago when she was being forced to eat the dry food. Now that she's back to her normal regimen, she seems like she's getting better. So 5 minutes ago, had to call Geek Squad for improper system download. Oh no. So we had to reinstall Windows 11, but all good now. I'm glad that your computer is working. I know that you were having a huge issue with the damn customer service. I had the same thing. So the hubby just purchased me a mouse pad, and it has the RGB lighting to go with my keyboard and my mouse, like the gaming pads or whatever. And I noticed when I first got the mouse pad, it wasn't lighting up. I called Amazon. I said, hey, just got a mouse pad. The lights are not working. What do I do? They're like, oh, well, it's not giving us an option to replace it. The only thing you could do is return it for a full refund. And I'm like, well, I don't want a refund. I want a replacement. I want the item. And they're like, oh, ma'am, it's not giving us that option on our end. I said, that doesn't make any sense because I just went on the website and was going to do it my damn self. and it would have printed out the label, and I would have sent it back and waited on my replacement to come instead of having to wait for a refund. But it kept saying something about it couldn't connect to my bank to verify my card. My card is right in front of me. The literal card that you pulled the money off for the darn thing is right in front of me, and that's the one that I'm putting on file for the replacement. You know what happened? Now I can't get into my Amazon account. It's saying that my Amazon is locked due to unusual activity because I tried to do the replacement too many times. So I said, okay, I'm gonna call. I call, they're like, oh, we have to wait for an account specialist. They should have sent you a text message on how to get the account unlocked. I'm like, yeah, they did send me a text message. The text message says that my account is temporarily locked, to sign into my account to fix it. So I kept trying to sign into my account, and it keeps redirecting me, telling me, oh, the web browser that you're trying to enter does not exist. Oh, well, ma'am, we're going to create a ticket here, and you're going to have to wait for a specialist because we can't do anything with that mouse pad until the account specialist unlocks the account. I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to sit here and do now in the meantime? Because I'm ready to just tell y'all to give me a damn return label and give me my money back and go buy it from somewhere else. It's ridiculous. Customer service is the worst, y'all. I feel like it's absolutely like hell speaking to some of these customer service representatives, especially with expensive stuff like Mrs. Coffee's computer. I would have freaked out just like she did. Excuse me, you don't do returns, but you just took my device and had someone come here to pick it up? Makes no sense. I love how companies will just take your money, and then when something's wrong with a product, they want to give you all the hell in the world in regards to getting a replacement sent out or a refund. But they had no problems taking your money in the first place. That money came right off that card within a couple damn seconds when you pressed buy. But when it comes to an issue with said device or said item, now all of a sudden they're having all the issues in the world. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for my husband, y'all. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like, y'all could just snatch somebody's money, right? But then when it comes time to, hey, there's something wrong with it, now all of a sudden you have issues connecting to my card, and you didn't have those issues when you pulled the money from it. I had to text, my husband has company, has his friend over for a little bit before Father's Day because he's stuck with me for Father's Day, so he ain't spending no time with none of his friends, spending time with me and the kids. That's it. So he's getting some guy time in while I do this, that way he's not just sitting in the living room by himself. But I'm super glad that you got that squared away and you got a nice working computer now, because that was just straight up bull, for real. I felt angry for you. I swear, it's almost like every time I have an issue with a device, they always give problems. It doesn't matter if it was $10, $100, or $1,000. They always give you an issue. Like, I was just telling this the other day. You weren't here, Mrs. Coffee, so I'll tell you about it. So, my husband bought me the laptop, right? Brand new, out of a box. This was not a used device. This was not, none of that. Bought me the laptop specifically when I told him, I think I want to start streaming. And the laptop came with a very, very loose USB port. Usually computers and laptops, when you first get it out the box, the USB port is super tight. That way, when you're using it over time, that's when it loosens over time, right? Okay. I was on the phone for almost 6 hours with over 30 or more different representatives who kept telling me, oh, we don't do returns, we don't do this, we don't do that. Finally, they said, supposedly... Oh, thank you, honey. I was going to give you my bottle.
No. wash your other glass, put you some ice in there so you can have some nice drink. I'll wash you some Sprite.
Thank you, Papa. I love you.
You're welcome. Love you too. Come on, girl.
So, look at that ice in my mouth. That shit is cold. So, finally, they supposedly send out a replacement, right? I think it's bull from the beginning. It says the replacement was delivered. Okay? When the first laptop came, he got a laptop and an iPhone 13. Brand spanking new. We had to sign for those items. Obviously, a very expensive order. Signature is required, right? So, okay. Didn't need my signature, apparently. So I go run downstairs. I'm looking. I'm like, where? I don't see no package, y'all. So I call these people. I'm like, all right, you know, like, is this a misscan? Because that does happen sometimes. And they're like, oh, no, they left a photo for reference on where they left it. I'm like, okay. So I go to the website, and y'all, it's a damn photo of the curb. It's an image of outside next to some bushes and the curb. You don't see what curb this is, what bush it is, what the damn building number is, none of it. It's a damn curb and some shrubbery. So I'm on the phone with the lady. I'm like, there's a million bushes for the next 100 miles, okay? What bush is this? And why the hell would they leave it at a curb in some bushes? Okay? Why would they do that? Why is there not a damn signature required on that package? Why would they just leave it in the... I live in the city. We don't live, you know, where we got some land where you could just leave it any damn where, because we got cameras all around our you know, location. No. We live in all the way the city. There's cars 24/7. There's 1,000,001 bus stops. It's just big old city buildings, okay? So why in the hell would this driver leave it and said wherever? Okay, not a problem. They're like, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send out a customer care representative with that specific driver, and we're going to find the item. I'm like, okay, cool, not a problem. So they're like, you know, we'll give you a call back before Sunday. I'm like, fine, but sure. They're like, well, when we find the item, do you want it, or do you want to send back to the warehouse? I said, you know what? Send it right back to the warehouse. I will buy a USB extender so that I'm not pulling cords in and out. I said, I've had my husband take several days off of work due to this crap. I was on the phone for almost 6 hours, okay, for this said replacement. I said, I'm not dealing with it anymore. I said, I'll put a $25 home protection plan on all my devices in my house through the company. And if I have an issue with it from that point forward, that's when I'll call you. I'm not dealing with this any further. When you find it, take it and freaking send it to whoever. I don't care. Send it back to your warehouse. Send it to your nearest location. I don't care. I don't want it. You guys are too damn much. I dealt with that for 6 hours almost, 5-6 hours, all these representatives, and now you're telling me that supposedly it was delivered, but all I see is a picture of the curb. They are crazy where they leave packages. Absolutely. I ordered a grill and it said that it was delivered at the gate. We don't have a gate. Right. I get stuff like that all the time. It was delivered with the front desk. We don't have a front desk, okay? We don't have one. So I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Because you guys are telling me that I have to return the one that's faulty within 5 business days, or I get charged for the other computer, right? They're like, oh, ma'am, you don't have to worry about that. We're going to put a lock on the account until we figure it out. Over a month later, right? Month later, still have not received no call from these people. So I call them. I say, hey, what's going on? Did you guys find this said replacement device, quote, quote? Because I've never seen it. It wasn't even in the damn image. It was literally a picture of the curb with a bunch of bushes, and you could see a building off into the distance. So, did you find it? I recorded this conversation. Now, this is a good thing to do because they're recording you. Straight up. It says it on there. This call is being recorded for quality. No, they're recording you. So, I'm recording your ass too, okay? For my safety. Thank God I recorded that phone call. Because that man said to me, oh, we found it. It's already sent back to the warehouse. I've already situated it with the, I've called into the warehouse. They've already received it back. You don't have to worry about anything further with this mess. You will not be charged for said device. I guess they sent the customer care rep from their company out with the driver, and they were able to retrieve the item. And it was sent back to the warehouse, right? Looked around and it was left beside our recycle bin. Yep, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. They just put whatever the hell they want. And then it confuses the customer. So, they said they found it. They sent it back to the warehouse. Huh. I get my bill in the mail a week ago. Maybe like 5 days ago, right? I'm looking at my bill, and my bill that should only be like $100 for the services on the laptop and the phone. And they want like $1,200. Okay? So I called them and I said, why are you telling me that my charges for this month for bills that don't come out to nothing over $100, you're telling me that my charges for this month are over $1,000? Why? They're like, oh, that's the charge for not returning the replacement device. I said, excuse me? I've already had this conversation, and hang on one second, sir. Let me play you this recording that I took of the man that told me that it was already sent back to your warehouse. I said, I'm sorry to tell you, I will contact my lawyer because it comes off like you guys are trying to charge me for a device that you guys already have back in your possession. And now you're trying to say that you don't. I said, I already have recording of the manager on the phone telling me that he's already made it a note with the warehouse, and the warehouse already has the item back. He's like, oh, yeah, please, could you play that for me? So I played the recording for him. And guess what, y'all? They called me 2 days ago. They said, don't worry about it. That amount has been taken off your bill. I have situated it with the warehouse, and they do have the item back in the warehouse. Y'all were going to charge me for an item that I never received, that y'all stated to me that y'all received back, but y'all was going to charge me for it anyway. But when I said that I was going to contact a lawyer, and I had the recording of that man's voice that day telling me that they've already verified that it's back in the warehouse, now all of a sudden you guys are taking that $1,000 charge off my bill. I bet. I told them straight up. I called. I said, he's like, oh, it's going to take this amount of business days. I said, listen here. I don't care how many business days it takes. When you situate this and that charge comes off because I'm not paying it, I'm letting you know that now. I am not paying for something that I did not receive. Okay. I will pay for the charges that I owe for the devices that we have, the phone and the original device. Not a problem. I owe that. But I will not be paying for a device that I never received and that I was told you guys found and situated, and it's already back in your warehouse. I said, and another thing is, you take as long as you need to. You won't get a dime from me on that bill, not $1, until you situate that charge. So once you situate that charge and you call me and tell me that it's been removed, that's when I'll pay my bill. So you take as much time as you need. They situated that in less than 72 hours, y'all. Called me back, left a message on my phone, and was like, oh, we just wanted to let you know that everything's squared away. You don't have to call back at any other point. Here's the ticket number to said thing. If you ever have any issues, you can use this ticket number. But we've got it all squared away. That charge has been removed because we have verified with the warehouse that they have received the item back. But it just tickled my fancy that y'all really tried to charge me for a device that I never received, and a device that you already told me that you verified was back at your warehouse. So what if I was like a nervous person and just was like, oh, screw it, I'll pay it. I don't want no problems or something like that. And I didn't call and flip out and say that I was going to take them to court for trying to charge me for an item I never received that they've already verified to me on recording, because I recorded the phone call. Because if I hadn't recorded that phone call, y'all, I would have had no proof that I was told that they received it back. And they would have definitely been able to be like, oh, well, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you. We can't find out who you spoke to. They gave you they could have told me that they gave me incorrect information and made me freaking pay it anyway. But because I recorded that phone call, I was able to get it taken off of the bill and put them right in their damn places about it. any type of business calls, an ad is getting ready to start in about 50 seconds, just a heads up. Any type of business calls, though, I always record them. If you can sit there and, tell a message to me that you're recording me, then why the hell wouldn't I record you for my safety? So, I always record it, because you never know what you need that recording for. You never know, if something goes on with a company or something like that where they try to pull some straight bull, you have that to protect you. And if I hadn't recorded that, I would have been paying for something I never received. And that bill was like $1,200. I'm not gonna lie, that little snack size canvas has really come in handy. Because this canvas here that I'm working on, I love it, but it's dark. It's a lot of dark colors like beiges and dark colors, grays, things like that. So it's this nice little break from this when I'm not streaming. What do you want, Mama? What, pretty girl? What do you want? Mama Kitty never comes out. That's interesting. She don't ever come out. Ever since she had the babies, she just don't come out, y'all. That nap really tore me up, y'all. Big time. I gotta be honest. Literally, before I even realized what time it was, that was a huge mistake, y'all. I wasn't even tired. Not even a little bit. I was up doing some laundry, and I was cleaning the carpets to the bathroom, because sometimes them carpets, with cats and dogs in the house, they get filled with animal fur, and obviously, sitting being wet for too long, they can get nasty and stuff like that. So I was cleaning the mats to the bathroom, and cleaning some of my husband's clothes and things like that. Me, I normally just stick to jammy jams. I don't put nothing special on, because I'm in the house, so a lot of the times I'm just wearing jammy jams. He's the one that needs his work clothes and all that stuff clean, so I try to keep up on that before I situate myself. So I'm doing laundry, I'm kind of up, and I'm well, well rested. My husband hadn't had an ounce of sleep. Sometimes he's on call to where literally his boss will just call him out of nowhere, and he's got to get up and go. So he had gotten no sleep at all. I slept a full night's sleep, and he just kind of, sat there and kind of watched over me while I slept. We do that with each other all the time, and let me sleep. And I got up started moving around, get my day started, all that good stuff. Got the mouse pad that's I'm having freaking issues with, and now I gotta somehow unlock my Amazon account. I might just create a whole new one, y'all. That's like ridiculous. And my husband starts getting tired. He's been up all night, has had no sleep. So he starts getting tired. He ordered us some pizza. We found a new spot. Oh, I am so sick of like Domino's, Papa John's. Like, I wanted a real deal Italian pie. Like, just super, super flavorful. You know, like Papa John's, Domino's, those are like freaking just thrown together pizzas. Super quick meal. You know what I mean? They're good, don't get me wrong, but I wanted like a genuine Italian spot pizza. My husband's Italian. And he's like, you know, I'm craving like an Italian pie. And I looked around the area. I'm like, all right, let me see, you know what I can find. We found a spot. Little pricey, so worth it. Oh, that pie, I think that's what did it. We got a extra cheese pie with meatball slices on it. So good. He had one slice, and he's super 420 friendly. He smokes. I don't have no problem with smoking. I think it has a lot of health benefits to it, but I don't smoke. It makes me super paranoid. I don't like it, but he does, and it helps him sleep, and he enjoys it. So that's his thing. So he had smoked, he had eaten, and all of a sudden he got super tired. So he's falling asleep. I'm like, you know, can you fall asleep? Like, are you still on call? Like, what's the shabam with that? Because if I have to stay awake to listen for your phone, I need to know that. And he's like, no, I think I'm good to go. I think I'm straight. I think they're squared away. They're good to go. And I'm like, all right. And then he's like, oh, could you do me a favor and lay next to me and just hold me for a second? I'm like, huh? I'm not tired. But okay, whatever. Get up beside him, hold him. Y'all, I tried to stay awake. I watched these videos on Amazon. They're called, on YouTube. They're the Amazon must-have. So it shows like a whole bunch of Amazon finds of like different people, and I really love it because then sometimes it'll show me things that I may want to grab or that I'm looking for. I have my head bent up trying to look at the TV because we was laying at the foot of the bed, and I had my head turned, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'll stay up. Yeah, that didn't last very long. I must have closed my eyes. I guess thought in my head, oh, I'll just take a little nap, and go on stream my normal time. I'll take me a little sleepy sleep. Yeah, no, that was not a nap, y'all. That was a whole ass sleep. Whole sleep. Like, I slept from 3 something in the afternoon, literally until like 10 o'clock almost. Woke up like, oh my god, no, I need to stream tonight. Jumped up, washed my hair, washed my face, trying to wake myself up, ran into the craft room, and now here I am. I didn't think I was going to make it, y'all. I really didn't. I took off the last 2 days because I really just haven't been feeling well. I think it's been the weather because my husband really hasn't been feeling good either. It's just kind of been like a dragged out kind of feeling. Like I'm tired, but I'm not tired because I'm not falling asleep. I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry because I don't want to eat. Like, weird. Just very dragged out, not wanting to do anything, not really wanting to move. So I knew that me coming up here like that would give absolutely no point. I would literally just be like a freaking zombie, and there's really no point in coming up here and putting everybody else through that. So I just put a notification in the Discord that I was taking off. I was hopeful to only take off for that one day and then feel better the next, and I quickly found out that that was not the case because I wasn't feeling it. Not even a little bit. I did have the lady, Nana's Crafty Gems. That's where I got this from. This thing is so dope. It is heavy. This is like the best. I have so many minders, it's ridiculous. But this is my favorite because I do fidget with things. Like I have stress balls and stuff like that. And I really love it because I'll see myself just kind of like playing with it every now and again and don't even realize I'm doing it, and it's just so satisfying. But it's quality. And what I really love is they sent me this too with it. So I only ordered this. They sent me a cute little note, they packaged it really well, and they sent this to me. And I think it's so nice of them to even do that. So I do have some other, she's got some fidget minders, she's got some regular minders. The regular minders, I think I'm going to get at a later time. But I did ask her to put 2 of the other fidget minders. One is a flower and one is just like a cool little like spiked one. I asked her to put those aside for me until either late tonight, it really just depends on my husband's pay, or tomorrow afternoon, and I'm going to cash those out so that I don't lose the opportunity to get those too. Super, super sweet, nice lady. Held a conversation with her before I purchased. I asked her, basically I saw that it messaged me on Etsy saying that she had new items in the shop. But before I was able to even get to it, this sold out super fast. She only had one of them. So I messaged her. I hate ABs with putty. It gets all over it. Ugh. So I messaged her. I said, hey, I've never ordered before. I was wondering if it's at all possible. Do you have any more of these? And she was like, I don't at the moment, but I do have a shipment coming in next week. And I was like, wonderful. Is there any way that once you get them in, let me know right away and I'll purchase one right away? Straight up, as soon as you get them to hit your mailbox, let me know and I'll buy it. She messaged me right away. I asked my husband, I said, hey, she let me know that she's got them. Is it at all possible funding wise? And he sent it right to me. I paid for it, and when I received it, I was so happy with the packaging. So happy with the fact that they put a cute little bracelet in there when they didn't have to do that. I didn't spend a lot of money. I only bought the one minder. And it was a very good experience opening the package and how much quality and how heavy this thing is. And I got to get more. So I messaged her first off. I said, wow, I am 100% like very surprised with the quality of this. I said that's insane. I said very, 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 very high quality. I'm super, super happy about it. About my purchase, and I couldn't have received something better. I said I also want to thank you for the bracelet that you added into the order because you didn't have to do that. And her response to me was no problem. That's our goal, is to make sure that when our buyers are opening their stuff, that they're happy with it. And I was like, I'm very impressed, very, very, very impressed. And she was happy about it. Back home and car unloaded. Now I can check. Okay, wonderful. I am glad that you are back home and situated. And everything is good to go. So I definitely found a couple cute little minders I want. One is a pink elephant head, and the other one is a really pretty, like, rainbow, big butterfly that I have in the save for later. But I did message her and I said, hey, I sent her a screenshot on Etsy. I said, hey, this flower one and this other one, is there any way possible that you could put one of each away from me? That way I don't have to worry about someone else checking them out on me. And I will cash it out either late tonight, depending on my husband's pay and all that stuff, or I will cash it out by tomorrow afternoon. And she was like, absolutely, sure I can, not a problem. Very, 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 very good company. I totally recommend. 100%. If you want a good quality minder with like a lot of weight to it, and I've never seen these before, y'all. I've never seen a fidget minder. Never. I've never come across that. There may be more out there that I'm unaware of, so I'm not going to say they don't exist. But I will say that I have never personally come across any of them. Normally, these are the minders that I'm used to. I get them from Distracted by Diamonds. They're the regular acrylic. She's got the nice heavy ones, well, the big ones with the heavy magnets on the back. So those I have a crap ton of. I think I own one of every one that she has in the shop. I have some of the smaller ones that you'll see me using. Like, this was the two minders that I was using for this kit. So this one and this one, the Book of Spells and the Ouija. I got both of these also from Distracted by Diamonds, but they came with my tin bundles. So I got the Drills and Chills tins last year for the last year's event. My husband bought me three of them. Two say Drills and Chills, and one is like a witch with like pretty flowers and stuff around her. And I think they came with wax. I think it was like a skull wax with a minder, the tin, and the paper that matches it. So that's where I got those from, and those matched really well with this canvas, because again, this canvas is grays and beiges and, like, you know, whites, dark colors, and those matched really, really well. But I absolutely love this minder. It doesn't match my canvas at all. Normally I try to, you know, like, coordinate colors and stuff, trays, that's why I'm working with a gray tray, and stuff like that. I just couldn't help it. I couldn't help wanting to use it. It's so pretty. And like I said, what kind of got me is that it's heavy. It's heavy. I only paid $12, including shipping. I paid close to that with just the regular acrylic minders. And those are not that heavy. This has got weight to it. It's metal. It's heavy. So, like I said, if you want a good quality minder, I totally recommend. Let me get the exact name. I think it's Nana's Crafty Gems, but I don't want to not be right. The prices too are remarkable. Love it. Nana's Crafty Gems 02. Cost me $12.06 for this, and that's including my shipping fee. Very good stuff. How's everyone's night going though? What is everybody up to? I'm so upset. Oops, I went over a little here. Oh well. Just doing hubby. That painting is so beautiful, Gina. I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it for a while. I also seen it done by Rachel Ray. Oh, beautiful. I think she did a video on how to frame it or something like that, like a frame option for it. I'm not 100% certain, but it's gorgeous. The only reason I did not buy it is because of all that 310. Oh, I went through that with the hubby's kiss painting that I did for him for his birthday last year, and it sucked. Like, it was just hell. All that 310 in that canvas, I could not imagine all the 310 in that one. It is beautiful done, though. Very, very pretty. I've seen it. Doing sitar. You gotta send me a picture of that, Diamond Queen, because I'm not aware of what that is. I don't know that one. Okay, we finished It's a purple cat. Oh, okay. 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 What happened to the other one? Weren't you working on another one? Like, what was the name of it? What was the name of that one? I don't remember the name. I know you put it in the Discord. But I know you were definitely working on something else. Sure. Scent, Heaven Scent or something? Oh, that's what it is? Sneaky Cat? Got kind of tired and bored of Heaven Sent. Gotcha. I hear that. Currently, right now, we're doing this one and the partial, the Frenchy corn. No, not Sneaky Cat. Okay. Jeez, you got a lot of canvases. Oh, the Purple Leopard. I love that canvas. I know which one you're talking about now, Diamond Queen. I love that canvas. Oh, when I seen it, I wanted it. Oh, so beautiful. Such a pretty canvas. I do know that one. Do they still have that available, or is that discontinued? Does anyone know? Right now, I'm a little upset because I can't get it because I've been being spoiled, but it does bother me. Not gonna lie. The Moth Lady on DAC that was just recently restocked, that was a canvas that I've been wanting for a very, very long time alongside of the Partners in Crime, and I can't get it, y'all. I cried the other day when I noticed that it restocked and I can't get it, but it is what it is. Sometimes I gotta just put myself on a dang hold, and sometimes that means that I'll lose the opportunity to get certain artwork. Oh, well, that's nice. Very nice, Diamond Queen, very nice. I know you were talking about the Pinson.
Munchkin.
I didn't know you were interested in getting the one I said I wanted.
What? Why y'all fighting? Who want you to?
Maybe it'll be there when you're able to get it. Yeah, maybe. I doubt it, though. She sold out really fast last time. I don't even know if she's even still there. I've been trying to keep off the website because that bothered me so much. Did anyone else freeze? Oh no, I hope not. Is anyone else having any freezing issues? The two Pinsons are very tempting. Yeah, I remember you telling me about you wanted the Pinsons. You didn't tell me anything about wanting the, because when I told you that I wanted it, you asked me what canvas is that anyways. You didn't even know what canvas it was. So I didn't know you had intentions on getting that one. That would be cool, though. It is pretty. You're good, didn't freeze. Okay. So Gina, maybe your connection. I don't see anything on my end. I'm not like dropping frames or anything of that sort, so I'm not sure. It's because I wanted to maybe possibly surprise you and not sure about it. That would be sweet of you. That would totally make my day. I got a little upset, I'm not gonna lie. Just a little bit. I've kind of said this before. I went on a no-buy because I do struggle with a little bit of mental illness sometimes. I've had it since I was little. I was on medication for it, but when I met my husband is not the type of person that's very comfortable with medications. That's why I was kind of saying, like, you know, medicines, I'm weird on that stuff. Like, I have a hard time taking Tylenol. I've mentioned that, you know, my mom passed away due to unnatural causes, and that's where I'm going to leave that at. You can kind of let your mind wander with that. And I'm afraid to take a lot of medication, so I stopped taking my meds. And with certain canvases, it bothers me. It does. I'm going to be honest. Okay, ads. Okay. I will wait. Just let me know when you guys are back. Let me know, let me know. Are y'all back? Because it doesn't show an ad. It shows an ad starts in 4 minutes. Just let me know. I don't want to finish on the conversation and no one can hear what I'm saying. Just shoot me a message, that's all. Back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So I was saying that I was taking medication for it. I ended up getting diagnosed with PTSD when my mom passed away. Due to the severity of how everything went, it gave me, it messed me up really bad mentally. So me not taking my meds on top of that and then getting diagnosed with something new kind of threw me through a loop. So I started to notice with certain canvases that if I couldn't get a certain piece of artwork, like something that I really fell in love with, like the Moth Lady, it really threw me through like a really bad like episode. I would end up crying, and you know, my husband would start to get really upset because he couldn't, you know, manage it funding wise. And you know, we live in the city, so our rent and stuff like that is already super expensive for what we have. It's actually the most expensive in the area. Company's not the greatest, so a lot of the times things go wrong. We got to come out of pocket for that. It doesn't come out of the rent. So it's a pain, you know, and then cable and now internet because I'm streaming. So it was something that was just really taking a toll on my mental health, and I had to kind of just take myself away from that. I blocked notifications from the website and all the other websites I had notifications set on, and you know, the other day, well, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, with the new release, my husband surprised me while I was on stream with all of you guys, and was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get you, you know, a canvas." And I started to feel myself getting drug in more and more and more, and then I didn't notice that I had my notification set for Moth Lady. And when I saw it the other day, and you know, I came to my husband, I'm like, "Is there any way possible that maybe, maybe I can just, you know, get this one?" You know what I'm saying? Is it at all possible? You know, I won't ask for any more. I'll turn the notifications off again, because this is something that I've been wanting since she came, you know, but she sold out really fast, and unfortunately we just were not able to manage, so it did bother me. The tropical oasis from Pinson is beautiful, but the only one that tempted me today was We Can Do. That's the one that tempted me too. That one is cute. That one is cute. That's the only one that I really liked from the new releases. I'm not a huge fan of like landscapes. Oh, good night, Gina. If you're going to bed, good night. I hope that you get some beautiful sleep. I hope that you're feeling better and everything's squared away with that, and you got that under control and situated. And I wish you luck to the new canvas that you're working on. It's absolutely beautiful. I appreciate you for being here always, always, always. And again, I hope you get some beautiful sleep. I really, really do. But yeah, I love how the Pinsons look. I think they're absolutely beautiful. Oh, I just seen your comment, Diamond Queen. I'm sorry. I'm that kind of person. I can't help myself. Yeah, I'm that kind of person too. There's been a... Okay, so with Kitty Cat, she's my mod usually in the channel. A lot of you know her from, you know, just either catching her stream yourself or me raiding out to her. I had purchased a pattern. I really, really wanted a Baphomet, I think that's how you say it. I think I need putty in the single placer. And I had seen them done, I seen one done on another channel. I fell in love with it. And I brought it up to her because I wanted to support her in any way possible. You know what I mean? And I think another ad is starting, y'all. What is up with these ads today? Let me know if y'all are in an ad or when you do go into an ad. But she didn't have the pattern, so I went and purchased the pattern for her. And she's currently making one for me with my own colors. I kind of just picked colors that she had on hand. That way she didn't have to go and buy more stuff, you know what I mean? And then she ended up doing something incorrectly on one of them, and instead of her trashing it, I just decided to buy the other one as well, even though it's not correct. It still will look cute. It's not like it's going to look messed up or anything like that, but instead of her losing money on it, even though I don't really have the money to do it right now, I definitely don't want her to lose out on money from the mishap. So I totally get that, and I understand that, Diamond Queen. And if you did do that, that would be amazing. I would really appreciate it. If you didn't, I would understand. Them things are expensive, you know, they really are. If I could go up there and get it myself, I would. But I just can't. I can't manage right now, unfortunately. I've gotten many canvases. Okay, ad. What, Mama? What? What's the problem? What? Come on, baby. It was a short one. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. I was saying, you know, she didn't have the pattern for said item that I wanted, so I went ahead and I purchased the pattern for her. I could have got the Baphomet that I wanted for dirt cheap on Etsy from just like a random seller, but instead I really wanted to support a friend, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's nice to do a nice gesture for someone if you can manage to do it. Okay, I think I'm done with this color. I'm not used to drinking out of a glass while I'm streaming. Normally, I have like a water bottle that I just refill because it gives me a lot so that I don't have to keep getting up to refill. But when I asked the hubby to bring me a beverage, he brought me this pretty glass with ice in it. And it's super freaking cold, hurting my teeth. My brother-in-law's dad passed away a couple of months ago. He's working on getting his estate settled and asked everyone to go over and see what we might want. Oh, I'm sorry. My condolences for the passing, first and foremost. And second, so, You mean like see like everything that's in the house, anything that anybody may want, so that it doesn't get thrown out. See, that was the tricky thing with my mom. When my mom passed away, there was some stuff going on with the bank in the house when my grandfather died that my mom hadn't really squared away because she didn't really have the money for it. Basically, my grandfather took a reverse mortgage out on the house and got the house fixed because the house was an old house that my mother literally grew up in, and we all grew up in. And my grandfather passed away before he can square away the rest of the funding to the bank. Literally the day before he passed, he set up a scheduling for the day after he passed away to set up with his lawyer to get the rest of those funds squared away so that we would all have a home and it would be paid for again. And unfortunately he passed too soon, and my mom never really squared the issue away. And my brother, thinking that he's grown when he's not, he feels, I guess, because he's got a little girlfriend and a little job and a little car, that, you know, he knows life, but he does not. And instead of allowing me as the eldest to square away my mother's passing with the bank so that I could get in the house and, you know, get the rest of the items that were literally my entire childhood out of the home, he took it upon himself to call the bank and let the bank know, because there were some not so good people that were refusing to leave the home. The person that my mom pretty much trusted decided to move to Florida, move a bunch of people in my mother's house not even a week after she died, and was having them send him rent payments to Florida when no one should have been living in my mother's home. My mother had passed away and no one should have been there but us. So in order to kick them out, I could have just went to court and got them removed, but my brother took it upon himself to call the bank, and now the bank took the house back. Instead of me trying to square away payments or something like that so that we could keep the house, they came and took the house. And instead of my brother calling me or answering the phone for the bank when the bank called to give us the option to take all these items out, my grandfather fought in the Vietnam War. So he had all types of war paraphernalia, all types of things that could have literally situated us for life, in a big, like, chest in the house. I mean, images from the war, certain knives and different guns and handmade shoes from people in Vietnam, things like that. And all of it literally got either auctioned off or thrown away in the trash because, again, my brother didn't answer the phone to the bank or allow me as the eldest to take care of it. He wasn't even an adult at the time, not even 18 yet, and literally all of our stuff from our entire childhood got thrown away because of that. So at least you guys are getting the chance to get in there and get everything that you guys want. That way it doesn't all get thrown out, because that's what happens to that stuff. We got 2 leather recliners and a 55-inch TV, nice! And a few odds and ends. We gave him $300 for them. Not bad. Not bad. I wish that I would have been able to get all that stuff out of the house. I really do, but again, that's kind of a battle that I've never won. I'm like the black sheep of the family. I always have been with everyone in my family for whatever reason. I think it's kind of because I stick up for myself. My family's like one of those families that if you say they're wrong in any which way or form, they talk all the shit that they can about you, and then they hate you for whatever reason because they just expect you, I guess, to bow to them, and that's just not me as a person. If someone is wrong, I'm going to tell you you're wrong, straight up. That's just reality. And I don't bow to anybody else. You know, I'm an adult, and everything that I own, I myself or my husband has worked really hard for, and you know, I just don't tolerate bull, you know, and drama and stuff like that. And my family's too filled with drama for me, so it's kind of like an against me kind of thing. It's always been that way. And again, instead of him allowing me to be the adult, he decided that he wanted to take on that role, and we lost everything, literally. I got a lot more out of my dad's passing because he had a wife, so, you know, she went out of her way to make photo books for us so that we had photo books to remember him by, and I got some of his clothes. My brother got majority of all the stuff that could have been worth any money, because that's again just my brother. Um, they called me for like the remnants, just to have things to remember him by. So nothing that I could have actually gotten anything from if I ever wanted to. I did get his piercing kit, because my father did have a license in piercing, so that's pretty cool. If I wanted to ever sell the jewelry from it, I could, or if I wanted to continue the business, I could. But that's really all that I really got out of it. My brother got like his knives and things that meant the most to him. I got like clothes that he never really wore, the photo book, which I'm thankful for, stuff like that. So I personally, my dad always said when he passed away he wanted to give me and my husband the car. He had a brand new car that his wife purchased him, but instead of, because my brother has a couple of vehicles, we would have been really the one that could have used it the most. Instead of her giving it to us, because my brother made a fuss about it and was like, oh, well, I want the car. And instead of her dealing with that, she just straight up sold it to some unknown person instead of keeping it in the family, when that was literally my father's most precious possession other than his family. She ended up just selling it out of the family because my brother made such a big deal about it, when he literally has like 3 vehicles. He has his vehicle, he had another vehicle at the time because he goes through vehicles like I go through underwear, and his girlfriend's family is kind of well off, so she's got 2 vehicles that they kind of just let sit because she doesn't really feel comfortable with driving. So they have plenty of vehicles to get around, and he just made a big deal out of it because he felt as though he was more closer with my dad than I was and all that bull. So yeah, instead of her trying to decipher who it was more fair to give it to, which that's a no-brainer because he's got vehicles, so I don't see what his use of needing it for other than the fact that it's a literal brand new vehicle. My father really didn't get much use out of it because he got so sick. She just sold it to, I guess, some chick she worked with's husband or fiance, something like that. And yeah, it didn't stay in the family because of that situation. So I've been going through hell when it comes to like someone passing away and getting anything out of the situation. Like I said, I'm grateful that I at least got something from my dad's passing, like the photo book, which is really all that's like meaningful, because the clothing that I got from it, my dad never really wore. So it's not like a sentimental purpose because he never wore it. It never actually was on him. They were just clothes that either had cigarette burns in them, so he didn't want to wear them because he ended up passing out with a cigarette or some silly like that. So yeah, I mean, it's good when families work together when someone passes away to at least give everybody an option to get things that are sentimental value from it, rather than everybody fight about who gets what, because at the end of the day, the mattersome part of it is that the person passed away, not really like what you could get from it, So it's nice that they allowed you guys to kind of come in there and look around and see if there was anything that you guys wanted from it. You know what's so interesting that I noticed about my area? Normally when it starts getting real hot out, they normally have like carnivals and like swap meets and like events that you can go to. But it seems like ever since COVID really happened, they cut all of those things off completely. Oh, no, I was talking about how we spoke about the organization for the canvases the other night. Remember, we were saying put them in a trapper keeper, like the stickers, and then kind of label all the boxes so that my stickers don't keep getting ruined. I had all that stuff in the cart, so I have some of those items here in the house. I have like 3 binders because I had it. Normally that's how my system was for my logbook. It was like we purchased this download from an Etsy shop where it was like I printed it on cardstock, so it basically had like all the information that you just fill in on the paper, and that's how I had my logbook. And until my husband had purchased me the logbooks from Etsy that I have now, and I have a bunch of that stuff, but it's so old. It's got like staining on it, and it's just old. So the hubby was going to buy me all this stuff new. He was going to buy me like printer labels that you could just pop in the printer. He was going to buy me a new Trapper Keeper and some Trapper Keeper dividers. But I really needed a new mouse pad instead at the time, so I said screw it, I'll just keep it the way it is for now since it's not causing any serious issues. I'll get my mouse pad instead and then worry about getting that at a later time. I was just saying how you came up with a really, really good idea that would keep everything super, super organized. So that's my next buy. When I do get a couple extra dollars, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to definitely get that Trapper Keeper, some of the page savers, and the dividers so that I can square that away. Oh, and the labels. Because we have a printer for the clothing businesses that I can literally just take those printable labels since I already have. They're these right here. So I already have an outline for them in my Canva app because I use them for I made these. So I basically found pictures and put the wording and then printed them on the labels and then cut the labels out to the bag. So I had those in the cart. That way I can literally just print them out, the numbers, number all the boxes, and then put all the corresponding stickers in the Trapper Keeper. Yeah, I'm glad you thought about that too, I'm going to be honest, because that's a really good idea. I think it's going to keep everything really, really neat and compact. And yeah, that's going to definitely be my next buy once I get the chance to get it. Because I couldn't really manage both the mouse pad and all of that stuff, because all of that stuff I think came out to like $32 or something like that for the binder, the page savers, the labels, and the dividers. So it would have been like $60 shipping with all of that stuff in there. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just do what I really, really need right now, which is another mouse pad, because the one I had that came with the mouse and the keyboard was really, really tiny and kind of got a little messed up. So I needed something bigger so that I can move my mouse around a more bigger space. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm definitely gonna go with that idea for sure. Just as soon as I'm able to actually get the items that's needed, that's what I'll do. And I do think that it would keep everything a lot more organized and a lot easier of a system than what I have now. I won't have to worry about my stickers getting ruined. I won't have to worry about, taking up too much space. It'll be nice and compact and easy to kind of just flip through the images and pick a canvas that way when I'm looking at working at something else. You know, the partial that I'm working on, the D-stash that I got, that is the first partial that I've ever done. Never done a partial before. Never, never, never. Am I not? Is music not playing? I heard the last song going. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I just want to make sure we're not, like, silent. I think the drop game works now. I just gotta figure out Pando. Maybe not? Yeah, so weird. I'm telling you, when I go into OBS, everything works perfectly fine. But when I come onto stream, everything is like a pain. So maybe I'm needing to, like when I get ready to come on to stream, maybe I need to refresh it and then come on to stream. I'm telling y'all, streaming is not an easy task. Not at all. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Got it. So I guess that's what I need to do, even though that's a pain in the tush. When I get ready to come up to stream, I'll just refresh it and then make sure that it works before I come up here. It just floated right down. Bloop. Yes, you did land. That's what I mean, like, I don't know. Everything is just like a pain. I check everything before I come and everything works, and then when I get up here, it doesn't. Like, you landed and it should have said landed for whatever. You know what I mean? And tell you the score. It used to do that, now it doesn't anymore. I think I might just have to, honestly, I might have to start over my entire OBS and redo my scenes and all of that funky stuff. Because I also notice, like, sometimes when I open my OBS, my cameras switch. So I have two cameras. I have the one that's overhead of my desk, and I have the other one that's the fur baby cam. So that way, when you redeem the channel points to give either the kittens or mama cat a treat, or the dogs, I switch over to that camera, and you can see them in the rest of the craft room. But ever since I put that other camera on there, it like wigs out. Like, it'll literally not be my camera anymore on this scene. It'll be the fur baby camera, and my camera will be the fur baby scene. Like, it's weird. Yeah, exactly. It definitely would not be a stream without technical difficulties. I go through them quite often. Normally, it's super simple for me to fix it, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it just is something that I'll keep trying to figure out, and I just cannot manage to get it to work. I didn't have a stream for a month after I started. I believe that. I definitely do. I know that when I very, very, very first started, I was terrible. Like, I didn't know how to do anything. I had to get help with everything. I had no idea, because literally there's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot. Like, you got to figure out your overlays, and then everything needs to be added into OBS, and you got to make sure that they're placed in the right spot, and you got to make sure that this is right and that's right. Figure out exactly what the right volume is, and like it is definitely something that, because I never did it before, so I thought, you know, as long as I get a camera and a computer, I'm good to go. I just go up there. Yeah, not at all. It's a lot more intricate than that. There's definitely a lot more that goes into, and I think now that I stream myself, when I watch like streams and podcasts, I appreciate them so much more than what I did before, since I know what's really, really going into it at the time. You know, now that I know and I experience all the technical difficulties and everything with that, I appreciate them a lot more than what I did. Y'all, I can't even play. I've been watching Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is awesome. That is like it's always gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? A classic. They have so many nowadays. I love that emoji. You know what's so crazy? I got an emoji pack, right? An emo pack. And the animated ones, my favorite one was like, it was like a little butt that would like shake, right? And it had like a little heart for the tail. Do you know that it was rejected twice because they thought that the heart was a butthole? They rejected it twice, y'all. And then I read into it where it said like if you keep trying, you can get reported for it and they could take your channel down. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep risking, you know, trying to upload it and then get my channel taken away for a freaking emote. Heads up, every time that happens, you get put in emote jail. Oh no. Yeah, see, I thankfully that didn't happen to me. I didn't experience that. I just put it up there, and I thought maybe I hadn't. I thought maybe I did not add it, and that's why I was like, wait a minute, where's my little moving butt? It's like a little. So these are the emotes that I have. I think they're bats. So this is the only one that I have for the animated one. So it's like a little purple bat, but it was the little purple bat's butt, and it was just moving back and forth, swaying, like kind of wiggling, and it had a little heart, a cute little heart, instead of a tail. And I thought, okay, well, when I had put them in, maybe I hadn't uploaded that one. So I uploaded it again because I never received an email saying that it was denied. But the second time that I did it, I got an email where they said it was like harassing or something like that, and you couldn't do it. So I was like, ooh, so then maybe I shouldn't keep trying. And I read up on it where it said like you could get in big trouble for that, and I didn't know that. So thankfully I didn't get like no issue. It takes 6 weeks or longer for them to approve your emotes. They take time, your instant uploads, and follower emotes for now. Yeah, that's what I did. All of the emotes that I do have on here, they have all been approved. They were actually approved pretty quickly, to my surprise, because that's what I thought. They take like, you know, several weeks, or I think it took like a week for all of them. Oh, see, I didn't even know. So then maybe I am. I don't know. How would you know? Like you can't use them or something? Or they won't let you upload them? I hope I'm not. That would freaking suck. I was in there for 6 months before I emailed them. Oh. Yeah, I hope not. I didn't see anything. I've changed out emotes and stuff since then and uploaded with no problem. You just wait forever for them to be accepted. Oh, okay. So it would just take an excessively long time. Oh, see, I don't have. Oh yeah, I have. No, I don't have follower emotes. I only have sub emotes. They told me that I had to be affiliated for, I guess, a certain amount of time with a certain amount of hours within a 2-year period. So I haven't reached that yet. Because I've only been affiliated for, what, like a month and some now? I've been streaming like a little over 2 months now, something like that. It said, let me see, I'm interested now in knowing what it said. Very interested. I'm gonna read it to you. Follower emo uploads are currently disabled on your account. You don't have instant upload eligibility. If you have existing emotes in this tier, your follower can still use them and you can rearrange or delete them. Learn more about instant upload eligibility. Follow emotes are a new free tier of emotes that let you grow your community by giving viewers more ways to join the conversation. Upload. Oh! Oh! Let me see. Okay, here it is. Has streamed at least 60 days as an affiliate over a rolling 2-year period. Days do not have to be sequential. New affiliates cannot count time prior to being an affiliate in the 60 unique days. Has not received a terms of service warning or suspension within the 60-day streaming window. Has not received community guideline warnings or suspension within the 60-day streaming window. Has not had an emote denied or removed within the rolling 60-day streaming window for one of the reasons listed in our rules and guidelines section below. If account is suspended for violating the community guidelines, they may be permanently disqualified from instant emote upload as an affiliate. So I still have to wait the 60 days as an affiliate over a rolling 2-year period. I haven't got that yet. I haven't been affiliated for 60 days yet. Yeah, you're in emote jail. If you're seeing that message, you should have had them, but the rejected emotes keep you from getting. Oh, I got that before, but see, that's weird though, is that I've seen that message ever since I became affiliated, and that was before I even got the rejected emote. Like I never, like when I first did my paperwork and everything for being affiliated, I didn't have access to that. It told me I don't have direct access. Yeah. That was before I even purchased the animated emotes. And I had asked a friend of mine that was helping me with like my overlays and stuff, and they said that they had to go through that. They had to be affiliated for more than 60 days as an affiliate before they even became eligible to get it. So I just assumed that that's what it was. Because before I even uploaded that little butt moving, which is so crazy because it's not offensive. It's just a cute little like moving butt, and I figured that it wouldn't be a problem because I purchased it. And normally when you purchase them on like Etsy and stuff, they know the guidelines. So they'll tell you like, oh, you know, don't use this as a emote, use it as a channel point or like stuff like that. And that one hadn't said it. I ended up not being able to use 2 of them because one of them said it was too large. I had to contact the person on Etsy, like, it's telling me the format's not right. They told me they were going to fix it, never fixed it, never sent me the fixed version. So then Etsy had to refund me for it. And then I had an issue with that one, where that one was telling me that it was offensive. And I had seen that message before I even uploaded my emotes. So when I first did the paperwork, it said that I don't have instant upload emote eligibility. I had to be affiliated for more than 60 days, for 60 days over a 2-year period. So should I email them? Is that what I'm supposed to do? If I'm in emote jail? Because I was never told about that. I don't know. I didn't think it was offensive. It was just a little cute bat butt. I didn't know that it was gonna, like, get me in trouble, because I bought them as a pack from Etsy that were already made. I didn't create that myself. That was something that was included in that 6-pack of the animated emotes. So I thought automatically I could use it. It's in the fine print, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know. I had no idea that a pre-made, because I could understand if, like, I made the emote, you know, and, like, it could have been offensive to, like, certain people or something like that, but because I ordered, like, I paid for a bundle of the animated emotes, because I don't know how to make my own emotes. I would be lost with that. I thought that the person that was selling them would have kind of stayed in the guidelines, because that's normally what it says. Like, oh, you know, if there's one that could become offensive, it says it. Like, in, like, the warning portion of buying it, like, oh, don't use this as an emote, only use this as a channel point. I guess, assuming that that's because it could be offensive and you could get in trouble for it. But this pact, most people sell them because people use them for Discord as well. Yeah, I agree. I do have them. The little butt one that I'm talking about is in my Discord. That one uploaded with no problem there. But this specific pack that I bought, it says Twitch emotes bundle. It doesn't even say anything about Discord from this seller. It says Twitch. That's what I looked up. Twitch animated emotes. And I happened to find a seller that sold the regular emotes and the corresponding animated ones. So I was like, ooh, okay. You know, my whole thing is, like, I have an emote that's like a unicorn with, like, a little, like, gun. But I'll show you. And this one was not offensive. That one went through. That's a whole ass weapon. So I have the little mouse ones, and then I had, after I did the mouse ones, I found the little bat ones that had the animated ones to it. So I was like, ooh, I might get those instead, because then they'll all go together. I kept a couple of the little pink and purple mouse ones that I thought were cute. And then I replaced them with mostly the bat ones, because then I can get the regular ones and the animated ones. 8 Butt Val made chubbies for Twitch and or Discord. What is chubbies? What's that? I'm a little slow when it comes to stuff like that. And like I said, maybe I got in trouble because I thought maybe I hadn't uploaded it, because I never received an email saying that it was denied. But then the second time, That's when I received the email saying it was denied. Guns and knives will be approved because Twitch says they're okay, but butts no. Huh. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, that's... I wish I could freaking show it to you. Oh, this I'll do it like this. I'll show it to you in the Discord. Let's see, DMs. That's the one thing I don't like, is that when I have the Discord up, sometimes it like trips out and it like moves really, really slowly. Yeah, anytime I flip and put the Discord up, it starts tripping everything out. Oh, so the thing does have a tail. So it is like a little butthole. Why would they... Idiots. Obviously, they would see this as not okay. Look, I'm gonna fix the show you. I have so many animated ones, they're so cute. But I just, that one just wasn't approved. There it is. Boom. The animated version and the regular version. Okay. I sent it to you in the in the Discord. It's so silly, but I could see it. I didn't notice that it had a tail too, so it's like not the tail. It's definitely like, I guess they're trying to say booty hole. I don't know. Like I said, I guess I just trusted like the seller to know like what's okay and what's not, because they're making it said it was for Twitch. So I don't know. I just was putting them all in there. Yeah, unfortunately, Pando, there's nothing I can do for you because you don't want to work. I will be super excited when I can actually go out into my damn living room. I can't at the moment because I like to stay kind of separated when he's got company. I don't involve myself in his company. But I am glad that he's got company, because normally when I do stream, like, he just sits out there by himself and doesn't really like it. I tell him all the time, why don't you just sit in the craft room with me? What's stopping you from doing that? Come sit in the damn craft room if you want. I'm sure no one will mind. You won't have to be by yourself. And you could keep me company too. Yeah, so then I don't feel so alone with that. Because I feel bad sometimes because, like, he doesn't like it. Like, he loves the fact that I stream because now I can kind of, like, keep my mind busy with doing stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm going to diamond paint anyway. So it's nice to be able to diamond paint and have company doing it because I diamond paint every day. I'm a stay-at-home wife, so he's the one that goes and works, and then I take care of, like, the animals and house and all that good stuff, and dinner and all that fancy stuff, and he works, and it keeps my mind occupied. So he likes the fact that I stream, but he doesn't like the fact that... Oh, hi, babies. Okay. I was wondering where they were. Oh, he left. Okay, you can leave the door open, sweetheart. Mr. Coffee won't leave his Furby. My husband's like that with kittens. Ugh. I'm having an issue with the boy, though, where he's, like, peeing on everything, and I'm really getting aggravated with it. I gotta go get him fixed, but the people that I called Humane Society, because normally they'll do it super quickly, and it's not as expensive. And I called them, they're like, we're only doing male cats at a time. So I'm like, okay, well then I'll just do the boy, that way he can't get mommy and his sister pregnant. And she's like, oh, but our vet that we have on staff is super backed up and it won't be till like July. So I'm like, great, that's lovely. I'm like, alright, well, just let me know. She's like, yeah, I'll give you a call by next week and let you know the date I can give you. And I'll give you the soonest date possible because I explained to her the situation. Yeah, I haven't talked to that lady in a damn month. She hasn't called me back in a month. So I'm going to just have to find a vet that's willing to do it. Unfortunately, vets, they kind of want you to have like a regular visit first. So you got to pay for the visit and for them to be fixed. But my family vet right now currently isn't doing any neutering or spaying for whatever the hell reason that is. I don't freaking know. But they're not doing it right now. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I would be able to do it through like one of those, they have like a vet pop-up truck kind of things for your city. But they're only doing my surrounding cities. Just my luck. So, I gotta figure something out because what's gonna end up starting to happen is I don't want the house to start smelling like cats. Like, I love cats. I do. You know, I don't have any, like, issues with cats. But that's, like, more my husband's cup of tea. I'm more of a dog person. I always have been. But I love them, you know. At first, it was actually a really caught off guard kind of thing. So we adopted Jade, which is Mommy Kitty, and the owner that we rescued her from, unfortunately, didn't tell us she was pregnant until my husband was already there with the cat in the car, ready to pull out of their parking lot, and was like, oh, I just wanted to let you know that when I took the pictures the other day and sent them to your wife, she didn't look like she was pregnant, but when I took images today to send them, I noticed that, you know, her stomach looks real big. No, you noticed the whole time she was pregnant, because literally not even a month after having her, she gave birth here. So we were only going to keep one cat because my husband really wanted a kitten. I wanted a full-grown cat, that way I didn't have to deal with freaking potty training, which is what I'm going through now. And what ended up happening is she only had two. That's all she had. The litter was only two, a girl and a boy. They're identical. They look exactly the same, except the little girl has white, and our little boy is just all orange. And what I'm going through now is I'm noticing that, like, he's peeing on furniture, but he's doing it, like, discreetly. So I'm having to clean the blankets. I'm having to scrub the furniture. Like, it's getting to the point where, like, I told my husband, I said, if he continues to do that when he's got all these damn litter pans to use, and he uses them, but he's also using the furniture, he's not staying here. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna have our house smell like a freaking zoo. It's just not happening. Sorry. I don't care how much I love the cat or how much or any of that stuff. You're not gonna be tearing my damn house up. So, I'm hoping that when he gets fixed, because I think it's a spraying thing. Right, exactly. Yeah, I swear, I think it's a spraying thing. That's why I didn't really want a boy cat to begin with. That's why I went with a female cat from the very jump of the situation. But my husband ended up falling in love with the boy cat because that was the whole point. He said straight up, I want an orange cat. Whatever you do with the rest of the litter, I don't care. I want an orange cat out of it. And she ended up having 2 orange cats. So we ended up saying, you know what, instead of separating them, it's only 2. It's not going to really be that difficult. Yeah, I was wrong, because now that we have a boy and I can't find anywhere that's willing to fix him, it's not even about not being able to afford it. It's I can't find anywhere that's willing to do it, because everywhere that I call is saying the same thing. We're not currently doing we're not doing spaying or neutering, or they give me the doctor, since you're a new patient, is not going to do any spaying or neutering until you see for a regular appointment. So that means I'm going to have to come out of pocket like $180 just for a regular appointment, and then like $200 and something for the freaking the neutering. And that's ridiculous. I'm not willing to pay that. I can go get my whole damn dog fixed, my female, which is a more intensive surgery than boys, for less than that. Yeah, exactly. It is weird. I don't know what's going on with, like, maybe it's our area. I don't know. But every place, I've called like 3 different places who told me, oh, we're not doing that right now, including our family vet. I'm like, why? Oh, well, we don't currently have a doctor on staff that does that, because it's supposed to be a certain doctor that does it. Then I'm like, yeah, that makes no sense, because if you're a vet, then you should be able to do that. Then the couple other places that I called, it wasn't even, oh, we don't do it. It's, oh, since you're new, you would have to get a regular health checkup first, and then they would make you aware if they're eligible to get spayed or neutered. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. When did spaying and neutering a damn cat become so freaking, like, impossible to do? When I had cats back in the day, it was super simple. You go anywhere that does freaking spaying and neutering, you set an appointment, or you can do a walk-in. They do it the same day. Your cat leaves the same day, especially male cats. Sometimes the female cats, they want to keep them overnight to make sure that they don't rip their stitches or anything like that, or nothing goes wrong, because it's an intensive surgery where they actually have to go in and remove stuff. With the boys, they literally just clip it, and then that's it. They put a cone on them, and you leave the same day. They say, okay, we'll come back in some whatever hours when they come off of the anesthesia, the stuff that they use, and then you take your cat home the same day. So I don't understand when it's become so ridiculously hard to get a boy cat fixed. And it's becoming an issue now, because it's like, I don't want to get rid of him because we do love him, but I also don't want him tearing my damn house up either. It comes down to either being a little heartbroken by, giving him to someone who may not care about the spraying or doesn't have a female cat in the house for him to spray, or he's going to tear the house up. And then now, we don't get our security deposit back because he's tearing a damn house up. They've already chewed my damn blinds completely to shreds, because I don't like to keep the craft room blinds open all the time, because people will look right up into the windows. Like, people are nosy as hell in the city. And, so I keep them closed for the majority of the time, when I'm in here. And they get pissed off at that because they want to see out the window, and they done chewed up all the blinds. So now I gotta go buy new blinds for the freaking craft room because of the damn kittens. So I've already got to deal with that with them. And me coming into my craft room the next day, the damn lamp is knocked over. just about whacking the freaking huge monitor that's on my table that I don't need to break another monitor. I've already broke one. My stuff all over the place. They done cat haired up my freaking work chairs. Like, it's tough. It's really tough to deal with kittens, and that's kind of why I didn't want kittens, to be completely honest. That's my husband's feng shui. Like I said, I've done my fair share of raising animals with the puppies. They were a headache where we were living at, tearing everything up because we didn't really have space. And now that we're in the new place, I don't need animals tearing it up because we don't own this, you know? Yeah, it's terrible. I feel you on that. It's, like I said, they're cute, they're cuddly, so nice, wonderful, yay. But they will tear your house up, man. Like, they will tear your shit up. Straight up. Like, pissing on stuff. I'm not beat for that shit. Sorry, I'm not. I don't care how much I love an animal. You're not gonna tear my house up and pissing on my stuff. You know? And then cat pee in general is strong. It's strong. Like, I gotta literally, earlier today I noticed that the couch cushion kind of smelled like the cat's. And I'm like, that's gotta be the boy. Has to be. Has to be. And he's only 2 months old. Just going on 3 months maybe. I had to literally take the couch cushion thing off, right? The freaking zippy thing. Took it off, and I had to clean it. I had no choice, because I could smell the cat on it. I'm gonna say evil kitty. I can see that it says evil mad kitty, but hello, welcome in. How are you doing? How's your night going? Vinegar. Okay. I'm gonna try that. I've always got vinegar on hand. I keep a lot of vinegar. Hey Ronix, how are you? How's your night going? I'm glad to see you. What are you up to? I'm gonna definitely try the vinegar thing because it's a lot, you know? Like, I had to kind of like whack his butt earlier because I'm like, I'm watching you pee on the furniture, man. I'm looking right at you while you're doing it. Like, now I know it's you. You know what I'm saying? And I can't tolerate it. I can't. Like, if I can't get him to stop doing that, and actually, they have plenty of litter pans, y'all. They got litter pans all over the damn house. There's like 2 to 3 litter pans in each room of the whole house. His sister's using it, he's using it, his mother's using it. But he's choosing to be a little asshole and go on the furniture. And I'm sorry, I will get rid of you before you tear my house up. It's going good. Been running around the past few hours being busy, but we good now. How are you? I'm great. I'm doing wonderful. I'm having a pretty decent night, to be honest. I didn't think I was going to make it here. My husband was a little tired because he's been up on call all freaking day yesterday and all night. So he literally has been up with no sleep. I slept. He let me sleep. But what ended up happening is him being up all that time ended up catching up with him, and he crashed. So he's like, oh, could you just get up next to me and hold me for a second, because I guess the AC was making him cold. And I'm like, oh, I'm not really tired, but then I was like, oh, screw it, since I'm not tired, I don't think I'll fall asleep. Yeah, I was very wrong. I slept for a very long time. I slept way past the time I normally come up and stream. And I was like, damn it, I took the last 2 days off because I just been feeling really dragged out. Thankfully, I don't feel that way anymore. I think it might have been the weather. But I feel better now. I came on a little bit late, but I am here. So that's all that matters. Yeah, I've been trying to get up and move around and stuff. Because like I said, last 2 days just really haven't been my days. I've been very dragged out, feeling like I'm hungry, but then don't want to eat, feeling like I'm tired, but don't want to sleep, like weird, just very weird feeling, and I really didn't want to come up here feeling like that, because I'm no good if I'm sitting here like blah. Sometimes you need those surprise naps. Yeah, I agree. This is the pen. It's flowers. This is one of my favorites, Norse Alchemist. This one is a custom though from Kevin's Creations. His wife made it for me. So it's got the really big flowers in there, and it's got the wood and the glitter. Because I'm a huge fan of hybrid pens. I really love the hybrids. And that's pretty much what I told them. I said I really like hybrids. I really like flowers. My favorite colors are purple and pink. And that's what they came up with. And I gave them the shape that I wanted. I finally got my hands on a blank from Builder and had it sent to a Turner. I think I'll really like. Great, I'm so happy. I'm picky with hybrids, but that one is beautiful. I'm super picky on my pens in general. I'm very anal about all of my stuff when it comes to diamond painting related stuff. If it's something that I don't like, I will definitely make the shop aware that I don't like it, because I feel like spending so much money on something, you want to make sure you get your money's worth. It's very expensive craft. It's not cheap. These pens run anywhere from $50 to $100. And, you know, if I'm going to spend money like that, I'm very anal on it. Like, I don't play that. Like, there's one shop I got from that ended up not sending me one, but 2 different pens with cracks in it. When I tried to give them, I tried to give them a second chance. I said, hey, you know, the first pen it's got cracks in it. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell, you know? I spend all this money for supposed floral blanks. They were not even real flowers, and they did not advertise that. They did not advertise to me that they were not real. They're fake flowers. If I'm paying real floral blank money, then I expect a real floral blank pen. And that's just that. Instead of trying to help me with the situation, she got a snot-nosed attitude with me about it because she was pissed off that I kind of, I guess, put her out there that they were selling garbage for a really ridiculous price. And I just never purchased from them again. I am still stuck with those stupid pens. You'll never see me use them on the channel because I don't use them in my everyday. So they're just not good enough quality for me to even show anybody. Yes, I'm excited. I think it'll take a bit though. She seems very popular. I hope that that you love them. I hope you love it. I really do. I already have a few I regret. Yeah, so do I. So do I. Giveaways. Giveaways as far as like me doing a giveaway? Oh, for like, you're saying like the pens that I don't like. Do a giveaway. They're brand spanking new. I don't use them. I'll be honest, and there may be somebody out there that doesn't mind it, because it's not. I'll show y'all. Okay. I got to. Y'all are making me think about it, so I'll show you. The best person to show is Mrs. Coffee, because I kind of could use your opinion. There now, first and foremost, okay. The first pen, all right, did not advertise that a portion of it that looks floral in the image is actually wood with a print on it, okay? Every flower that you're going to see in these pens are fake, 100%. They're not real, and they're charging. I can buy a beautiful, hand-turned, good quality, thick, heavy pen from Norse Alchemist, right? Free shipping. Fast shipping, great customer service, wonderful pen. For cheaper than these bullshit ass pens. So in the images, they looked stunning. stunning, right? They got the little pink going on, the little flowers in there, right? I thought it was beautiful in the image. I loved it. Loved it. Okay. Here's the first crack. I don't know if y'all can see this in the camera. You see that? You see that huge crack? Let me come down some. Do y'all see that huge ass crack? That's a crack from the inside of the blank all the way to the outside. Okay? I contacted the shop. I said, you know, you got more than one crack in here. You got one that's like real bad. There's another one here that's pretty bad. Contact the company. I said, you know, here's the images of the cracks in this pen, right? The lady goes, oh no, that's the bunny tail or whatever the hell is supposed to be in this furry crap. The feather, it's a feather, okay? It's not a plant. You're telling me it's a plant. I can clearly see the feather, okay? Those are not real. Hear me out, okay? From a far distance, pretty. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, not bad. Looks like you could see some pretty flowers up in there, you know what I mean? Lovely, lovely. All right, here we go, y'all ready? Here's the first crack. This is the second pen, y'all. I purchased this garbage, okay? This trash. And I gave them a second chance. I turned right back around. I purchased another pen. They apologized to me about the first one. Said, hey, that doesn't normally happen. It might not, you know, we may not have just seen that there was cracks in it. I went and bought another pen. This pen right here, $80 with shipping. Close to that. Okay? Came out to 70, 80 bucks, something like that. Right? This pen right here, same thing. 70, 80 bucks, something like that. So I went and bought another pen. Shipping and all that. Here we go. Here's the first crack. Right here. We can see that, right? Hold on. Pull it down a little. Cracks all throughout. There's a huge crack right here. There's another one somewhere around here somewhere. And this is a piece of wood. This isn't even a flower. These people put a freaking piece of wood in this blank to make it look like a flower in the image, and it's a piece of damn wood, y'all. Not to mention, that's not even it. That's not even the best part, y'all. That's not even the best part. I'm going to take this out. Can y'all explain to me what the hell placer you think is going to fit in the end there? What placer is going to fit in there, y'all? Do you see how big that placer is? They done gave me a whole ass dime-sized hole to where I literally have to cake this up with tape and frickin' glue to even get it to fit in there. Yeah, right. Exactly. No, that ain't it. Refund. Oh, hell nah. Laugh my ass off. No, the hell it's not. Garbage. Hell no. No, I would have given me... Yep. Girl, no. That is gay. Absolutely. Yep. Exactly. So it's not just me that's looking at these pens as complete trash. They sit in my thing. Do you know that I contacted this woman? I said, y'all did not send me one, but 2 pens that have whole ass cracks in them. The second pen that I gave you guys another chance on, because you said it was an absolute accident, so I gave the company another chance, giving them the benefit of the doubt, because accidents happen. You sent me a pen that had a gaping hole in it to where I can't even use my placer. My placer swims in it. I have to literally glue it in there. And do you know that this woman's response to me was, I'm going to pray for you? We have an extreme amount of people who are interested in our product. You seem to be the only one that has an issue with it. We have many customers who would have loved to have those pens. I'm gonna pray for you. That was her response to me, y'all. After I just spent all that money on 2 garbage ass pens. Your response to me is you're gonna pray for me? No ma'am, no ma'am. I'm gonna pray for you if I ever see your ass somewhere on the damn street. That's what's gonna happen. You're the one that's gonna get prayed for because I'm about to trip the hell out on you. Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It really was like, you know, mind blowing to me that that even happened. Here's the one that I purchased with this one. These are quality, y'all. These are beautiful. I have not one problem with these pens. These are worth every penny that I've spent on them. Every dime. I bought these 2 together from North's Alchemist. Beautiful, stunning. Love it. Have no problems with it. The one I just showed y'all. These. I paid $90 for both of them. These are quality. They're worth every dime. These are real flowers that she took the time to put in these blanks, and he took the time to turn in the shapes that I want them. No. Please tell me it's not Enabler's Outpost or pen. No. Enabler's Outpost, I have quite a few pens that I absolutely love. That's actually where the shape for that one came from. I will find my Enabler's Outpost and show you. These are my Enabler's Outpost pens. Right here. Quality. Worth every dime, y'all. I would pay it over and over again. Over and over again. I'd pay these over and over again with no questions asked. Enabler's Outpost. Beautiful pens. Lovely quality. Weight to them. They've lasted me. No cracks, no nothing. This one I had an issue with, where they drilled the hole a little bit off-centered. I contacted them at Enabler's Outpost. Right away, she helped me. She apologized to me. She said, sometimes that happens. I'm so sorry. You can either send it back and we'll fix it. You can send it back. We'll send you a whole new one. Or you can send it back for a refund. I said, how about this? Instead of a refund, right, she offered to give me a half a refund for the pen, or I can send it back and get a full refund. I said, how about this? Instead of a refund, I'm already going to purchase, it was these 2. I said, how about instead of the refund, you give me like a credit from the store. She sent me $28 on a gift card. I went and I put it towards the new pens. Beautiful customer service, beautiful pens, no issues with them at all. I want to get a pen from North's Alchemist. They're great. Highly recommend, Ronix. Highly recommend. Beautiful pens. I have no issues with any of my North's Alchemist pens. Oh, thank God, because the way I would... No. It's none of those good pen companies. I got to get the name of it. Not me checking all my pen for cracks now. Yeah, I'm super anal, so I do look at stuff like that, because it can happen. And now you see why I be calling these companies out. This is why. Yeah, absolutely, because... as somebody who streams, who does, you know, unboxings, who's a sneak peeker, things like that, I haven't got to that point yet. I hope to maybe one day. That's like my dream. But as a person of, you know, of the community like you, Mrs. Coffee, everybody trusts your word, okay? They trust you and know that when you're giving them a solid response, you know, you're saying like, oh, this is garbage or this is great. They know 100% hands down if Mrs. Coffee said it out of her mouth, it's truthful. how are you going to be a streamer, right, and giving people advice on something but lying about it, or not straight up saying it's garbage? If you do not like that, then don't sell me your products. Don't ask me to, give advice on it or ask me to review it. Don't ask me to, because my word is much more important to me than for you as a company to be happy with what I have to say. And unfortunately, I'm going to be whole ass honest to anybody about anything. Like the paint with diamonds mishap. Garbage. Straight trash. It's in the garbage as we speak. No. Trash. I hated it. It looked like a bunch of blobby mess. I couldn't do it, y'all. I couldn't. And my word and honesty to somebody means way more to me than any company's thought on it. I'm not gonna lie to people for a company ever. Oh, that middle one. Can I see it closer, please? Which one? Which middle one? One of the Enablers Outposts, the pink one? PWD. Yeah, man. Oh, I will never. I will never. I'm sorry, Ronix, I didn't hear you. I didn't see you, I didn't see the comment until I already had put them up. But, I will never. I'm glad, no lie, Mrs. Coffee, I'm glad that I didn't pay a damn dime. They were gifted to me from someone who paid for them. That's why there's really nothing I can do. Paint with Diamonds, Ronix. Paint with Diamonds is a company, it's garbage. Don't ever give them your money, okay? Please. You will be very upset, okay? They are garbage. Trash. Do you remember the canvas I was working on? Yeah, definitely put it straight on your shit list, because they're garbage. Do you remember the canvas that I was working on? Of beautiful artwork. Oh, the artwork is so beautiful, and I really wish that another company made the artwork. I'm gonna be honest, because I love the artwork. The dragons and the unicorns. Yeah, everybody knew that I was having issues with it, because I said it. I said, oh, I don't know. I'm really not enjoying this. Everything's seeming to be really, really, like, splotchy. It's not really, I'm not getting no... Number one, who the hell sends out a canvas that's that big with some 35 colors? Okay? This little ass partial of the Frenchy corn that I'm working on. A partial... That's literally the smallest canvas that I own. Has how many colors? 48? 48 colors. 48 colors. And it's a small partial. Been garbage for 5 years and counting. I agree with you. That's the one you've been having problems with, right? Yep. Hey, Blunts and Gems, welcome in, welcome in. It's your first time chatting here. How are you? How's your night going? Yeah, LOL, my current 50 by 50 has more colors than that. Right, this is what I'm saying, Ronix. You know what kind of did it for me? I'm not gonna lie. I'm great. How are you? I'm wonderful. I'm having a pretty good night. I came on a little later than I normally do because I overslept. Didn't intend to do that, but I am here. Thank you very much for asking me. What are you up to? What are you currently working on? You working on anything? But what did it for me, I'm not gonna lie, is when I came into Mrs. Coffee's stream, right? And I said, oh, well, it's from Paint with Diamonds. And she went, ew. She straight up was just like, ew. I was like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. I know I'm gonna have an issue from this point forward. Watch. I went to my husband and said, mark my words. I guarantee you, since I walked into her stream that day and she said ill, she's had an issue with that company. And ever since that point, I started asking my husband, I'm like, honey, does that even look like what it's supposed to? Honey, does this look funny? Does this look blurry? Does this look? And it got to the point where I put so much work and time and effort into that canvas. I was so angry. I literally ripped it off my desk. I said, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this. This is garbage. There was no detail. Everything looked like a blobby mess. Just a bunch of colors. I'm very hesitant to try anything other than DAC at this point because DPs aren't cheap. Absolutely. And I agree with you. That's where I'm at right now. Ooh, Hazel's World is beautiful. I just finished her. That is a beautiful canvas, Blunts and Gems. That's a good one. I just finished her a couple of months ago. And that actually is a canvas that I got stolen from me, from the hubby. So technically it didn't really get stolen because he bought it to begin with, but I was going to put it in the craft room, and he was like, yep, nope, it's going somewhere nice in the living room. So he's going to make a custom frame for it, and that's going to get hung in the living room. It's a very beautiful canvas. There are a few companies you just got, yeah, yep. Well, remember, I came into your stream and I was like, I really want to get a J-Wall really bad. Like, I love her artwork. Beautiful. So much detail, and I need one. And I saw that company that had them, and I asked you about it. I'm like, I don't know, like, this company's a little sketch. Like, I've never heard of them before. I can't find any reviews on them. You pulled it up on the stream, and we couldn't really find any reviews on it. And I just determined, you know, after the last two canvases that I had issues with, I got some D-Stash canvases. I was initially supposed to get a D-Stash canvas that was a J-Wall from another one of those companies, and I told the person, I said, unfortunately, I can't do it. I don't trust it. If you have any DACs that you're willing to part ways with, let me know, and I will gladly buy those instead. But as far as that J-Wall, I don't even want to risk purchasing, because I didn't purchase those other canvases. Again, they were gifted to me. So if I go and I, you know, spend my actual money and don't like the canvas, I'm going to be really pissed off. Not just one, four times? Oh no. I have another canvas that's in the closet that's by them. I'm either going to throw it away in the garbage or throw it away in the trash, or I'll just maybe do a giveaway. It's beautiful canvas. It's called Dolphin Oasis. There's some people out there that don't mind the little blurriness and a little bit of pixelated and whatever. So I may do a giveaway. That may be what's going to go on with that canvas. I'm going to be honest, because I would rather give it away to somebody, and somebody may enjoy it and may be able to make do with it, because it comes out to like $90 something on the website, that canvas right now. The one I was working on that threw in the trash is like almost $100 on the website right now. So I may just do some sort of giveaway on the channel for that one, because I'm not going to do it. And I would rather it go to someone. Okay, honey. I love you. You going to be long? What time is it? Oh, happy Father's Day. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I did not realize that it's Father's Day. Hold on. My husband's going to kill me, y'all. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. I got to go wish him a happy Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to anybody out there in chat. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. He walked in like, oh, thanks for the happy Father's Day. I was like, oh shit. Thank y'all. Oh, that's a cute emoji. I love that. It's like a little, what do they call those things? Oh, what are those? Like the little stabby things. They were, I'm almost done. One row left, yes. It is a beautiful canvas. It really, really is. They were older, busy years, but I'm hoping the option hadn't changed, so I still love them. I've had a lot of fun working on a square canvas from them. Pin cushion. Yeah. But yeah, he walked in and was like, oh, thanks for the happy Father's Day. I looked at the time like, oh my god. I have to be honest. Since my father's passing, I kind of veer away from the Mother's Day, the Father's Day, because I don't have either one of my parents. So I have to be honest, it is a little bit hard for me to be like super happy and uppity. What is your problem? What? Come here. Daddy be right back. Come on. No, stop. Here's the little culprit. And this is our little girl. What is it, Mama? What's the problem? What's wrong? She's the one that actually behaves. She's super skittish at this point in time. Come on, you get down. And there she goes. I love them. I do. I love them to death. I will be honest. I do. They are a joy to have. But with the male is just a lot. Like he's a little shithead. I'm not gonna lie. And unfortunately, of course, he's the one that my husband is closest to. So I know it's gonna be a really hard time convincing him to get rid of him if he doesn't freaking sharpen up. Looks like a cat I had as a kid named Leo. He was a butthole. Yeah. That's funny, Leo. I was telling that story the other day. That's going to be my next tattoo after my dad. One for my dad. When I was a little girl, I used to have really bad nightmares. My house was kind of like the party house. Like, everybody wanted to be at my house with my parents because they threw, like, the best parties. So, the house was kind of, like, hostile a lot as a kid, and I'd have like these really terrible night terrors. And there was this lion, this big old lion that would literally stand by my side while all like these creatures and these crazy things, stuff like that, I allowed it already. Would like stand by my side and like fight off all like the bad things that were trying to get me in my dreams. And I had those dreams with that lion in it for over a year. And all of a sudden, when I got a little older, the lion disappeared. And I went to my mom and I cried to my mom and I said, my lion is gone, my lion is gone. My mom held me, and my mom always thought for many years that this lion must have been like my guardian angel or something that was like in my dreams, you know what I mean? And when that lion disappeared from my dreams, I cried for months, y'all. Like, I cried for several months because I felt like that was the only thing that was saving me from the monsters that wanted me. I could never own a cat again. Yeah, they're a pain. They really are. Yeah, I hear that. I'll look at her from far away. Looks like a cat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got really, really upset about this said lion. I really did. I don't know why the lion disappeared. Maybe I got old enough to kind of fight said monsters off. I was a little kid, you know what I mean, on my own. But when the lion disappeared, I got really bent out of shape. And my mom's like, it's okay, you know, maybe your lion will come back. Still to this day as an adult, I've never seen that lion again. So I want to get, that was the lion's name though. His name was Leo. Leo the lion. And I really would like to get a tattoo of the lion with his name. My father was a Leo. I have to be completely honest though. I love having the cats in the house because they'll, you know, living in the city, sometimes you'll see like little field mice trying to run into the building and stuff like that, like in the basement and stuff, because we have like fields and stuff, and we have a lot of like schools and things like that, so there's like a lot of open fields and stuff. So I like having the cat, like Mommy Kitty, in the house. That's why we got her to begin with, to kind of just, I believe that cats, they like protect your home from like bad omens and stuff. So that's kind of why we decided to get a cat to begin with. But like now I'm kind of a little regretful because one cat turned into several cats, and that was not something that we prepared ourselves for. But I also didn't, like my husband was saying how the home that he got Mommy Cat from was like not the best home, if that makes sense. They had like several cats running all around like the area, so it seemed like they had a bunch of cats just getting pregnant and not getting them fixed. So I didn't want to leave her, especially being pregnant in that environment. So it kind of put me in a predicament where it's like, damn, now I feel bad and I don't have a choice. Love them to death, but they're tearing my house up, and that I won't tolerate, unfortunately. I'd rather rehome them somewhere where maybe a vet they can find will be willing to fix them, because every vet that I've seen to call has been giving me an issue. So either they don't currently have any open appointments for the next couple of months because they're so backed up, or they're wanting me to pay for an actual visit on top of the freaking neuter fee. And I'm not really enjoying that. I'm not really liking that. That seems really freaking expensive, especially for neutering. If I can get my damn female dog spayed, which is, she's a big dog, and that's way more of a surgery than, you know, a male cat or a male dog getting fixed, something is wrong. I just seen, oh, here it is. That was the thing, is that my husband had fallen in love. How did you manage to open that door? That was weird. Whew. That was very weird, y'all. The freaking craft room door just creaked open, and when the door opened, the recliner in the living room was moving, as if somebody was sitting in it. My husband's not even home. I'm here by myself. I'm assuming that maybe Diamond Tigress. I love that name. Good morning. How are you doing? Welcome in. How's your night going? That really freaked me out, y'all. I'm trying to come up with like maybe, just maybe, the cat bust the door open and jumped off the chair, but I don't know. I'm doing good, just relaxing with some diamond painting. I hear that. You know, I spend like most of my day diamond painting, and my husband is so over it, y'all. He not yells at me, not like a literal yell, but like, he kind of digs in my butt every day, like, you stream now, so I really don't get no time out of you. And then when you're not streaming, you're still sitting in the craft room diamond painting. So it's like, I don't get any time from you ever. And I'm just like, well, this is what I love to do. What do you want from me? Like, And so I said, okay, I cracked out the little partial that I have, because that's the only small painting that I have. I usually go for the bigger ones. Yeah, that's the cats, y'all. I usually go for the bigger ones. So I said, you know what I'll do is I will pop that partial out. That way it's super easy for me to get it in and out of the craft room, and I'll sit in the living room with my husband. That way I can sit the light board on the foot of the bed, and then, because we have a pull-out in the living room as well, so sometimes he'll kind of chill out in there, and then if he wants to take a nap, he just pulls the pull-out out, whatever. And I can just pull up the old rolly chair before he got me the matching rolly chairs for the office. And I'll do it in here, that way he doesn't feel like he's getting mistreated by not having any time out of me, and I still get, like, my diamond painting on. Like, that wasn't good enough either. Now you see why I don't diamond paint as much. I don't like not being in my office all day, plus the kids won't have that. Yeah, I hear that, and that's kind of where I'm kind of tied between everything now too, because I had so much time before I started streaming to diamond paint, because then at the end of the night I'd kind of wind down, I'd be relaxing, I wouldn't be so like groggy, and I get to diamond paint during the day. But now that I stream, it's like he's not having it. He really doesn't like it. He does not like the fact that, like, the first thing I do when I get up is come straight into my craft room. So I come straight into here, I sit down, I turn my laptop on, and I start watching other people up here on the platform. Because I do have a lot of people that I watch on a daily basis that I also want to support before I come and do my own thing. And I'll let him kind of sleep, or he'll be at work, which is kind of the best time, because when he's at work, then it doesn't really matter because no one's here. But when I get up and the first thing I do is come into the craft room while he's sleeping, he doesn't find that to be to be that great, because then he's like, oh, when you sleep, I hold you and stuff like that, and when I'm sleeping, the first thing you do as soon as you open your eyes is you check your phone, and you go and you hop in the craft room, and I just want some time from you. And I hear that, because I would be really upset if the tables were turned to where he was streaming all the time and didn't have no time for me. There's a bed in the room I DP in and a huge TV, so my husband will come in and lay down here and we'll watch shows together. See, that's funny. I have a bed in the office as well, and that's what I've been telling him. I said, well, there's a bed, and you can come in here, kind of relax, hang out. I said, I highly doubt that anybody that even comes into my channel is going to care about you coming in here and relaxing while I go live. There's a lot of things that I want to do to the channel, like channel redeems and game nights and stuff like that, where I want to include him. That way, I can get up here, we can kind of play some games, maybe on the Switch. I just have to get a capture card first. That way, it's easier for me to put it into the OBS. And, include him in those said game nights and things like that. And I'm like, you don't have to feel like I'm not spending any time with you, because I know no one's going to care. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's very, very different. The crafting community is very different than the average. He watches a lot of podcasts, so he wants to start streaming, and I'm like, well, if you do, go for it. I have spare cameras, I have spare arms, we have another computer, so it's like, if you want to do that, then do it. But the crafting community is very different. It's not like your average podcast. People in the craft community, they're kind of just like, whatever. You stream when you want to stream, you do what you want to do, and we all support each other as a whole. You know what I mean? It's very different. And I'm like, I already want to do game nights to where you're included in that. And I think it would be really fun, and I think that I would have a lot more fun doing said game nights with him, doing like 2-player games and stuff like that, and streaming that. And he wanted to do like a channel point to play Risk. I don't know how to play it. He was trying to teach me earlier before I fell asleep. It seems like really confusing, but his idea is really good, so I think I'm gonna do that, where we can kind of do that. And yeah, I'm like, there's a bed that's in the craft room. Why not? Like, use the bed, relax, hang out. Like, I don't see the issue with that. That way, I don't feel bad for maintaining my channel, and you don't feel bad that I don't have time. But I think what's gonna have to happen is, to be honest, I think the main problem is not so much the streaming, because he loves that I stream, and he's super like supportive and proud, because I was like afraid, because of like my anxiety and stuff like that. And he's happy that I kind of, stepped my foot off the ground in doing it and just saying, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna do this, But I think it's that I'm streaming. Before I stream, I'm diamond painting. As I'm streaming, I'm diamond painting. After I stream, I'm diamond painting. So I'm DPing all day. He's not getting any time out of me at all. Whereas opposed to before I was streaming, I would DP in the daytime and at night. I mean, in the daytime till the afternoon, and then at night was his time. But now, I stream at night, and then I come off of here, and a lot of the times I'll DP after I'm streaming, after I'm done streaming. So, it could definitely be tricky. I think I might have to just cut down a little bit how much I DP, because that's a good point, Mrs. Coffee. You have kids, and your hubby, and the house, and things like that. So I can see why, you went from DPing a lot to not so much DPing so much anymore. Because you're trying to maintain all these things, you know what I mean? Your artwork, and other crafts, and the kiddos, and the hubby, and the house. It's a lot for, a housewife to maintain. It really is. And, it comes off like, you stay home all day, yeah, you can sit on your ass. You cannot. You can't. You don't get any time to sit on your ass. I know I don't. It's a lot, especially when you have kiddos in the house. You gotta make sure they're fed. You gotta make sure they're taken care of. Their homework's done when school's, coming out, and all that stuff. So it's definitely a lot to maintain. Right, gotta have a balance, right. And I think that's, since I'm so new to streaming, I'm still trying to figure out that good balance, where it's like I'm maintaining home and streaming, and it's not kind of like colliding, I took the last 2 days off, which I'm super happy about, because I just really was not feeling well, and I did get some decent time with him. The only thing I did was yesterday, I worked on the little partial of the Frenchy corn, and that was it. I didn't come into my office. I didn't really do much. I watched a couple people on my phone, and that's just how I did it. Right, yeah, I will. I'll definitely figure something out. Like I said, I think what I'm going to start doing is just trying to cut myself down just a little bit on the DPing, because I diamond paint a lot, and I found myself to where it calms me so much that if I don't do it for just one day, I'm all out of whack. Like, I don't feel right. I start getting very agitated very quickly, because literally this is my time where I come in the office, I wind down, I relax, I chit-chat, and it really helps me sleep at night. Like, it helps me be able to fall asleep, because I'm so tired from streaming all night, and then, I kind of just go in there and I'm out. I'm knocked the hell out in a couple of minutes. Whereas opposed to when I don't stream, I have a really hard time falling asleep. Or when I don't diamond paint, I have a really hard time falling asleep. So I guess that's why I love it so much. I enjoy it a lot. I just have to figure out that happy medium. I did my schedule on here, on Twitch. I did my schedule because a lot of people were asking me about it. When are you going to do a schedule? And I totally get that, because other people have schedules, you know what I mean, to where they want to know. So I did the schedule, and I took off 2 days. I put in the Discord that if there's ever any days where I can't come up, or maybe the days that I picked where I wasn't supposed to come up, and I want to swap those out, or I want to stream anyways because I'm just in the streaming mood, then I will always put that notification in the Discord in the stream notifications. That way, everyone will kind of know what's going on. I, however, was going to finish this and then head out, but since the hubby just went to go do a store run for some soda, some juice, some snacks, and then tomorrow he said he wants a meatloaf with mashed potato dinner for Father's Day. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll have to go to a grocery store and get that because I don't have that on hand. So I'm going to do some of this until he gets back, and then we will find out where our destination is to raid out. So what is everybody working on? I know that Blunts and Gem says she was working on Hazel's World. Ronix, I believe you were working on that mystery canvas. Then you said you didn't like it because it was too dark. So I think I saw you doing like a bee or something like that, and then you started the new release, right? Oh, that's right. You're cross stitching. Right. I do remember that. That is such a nice cross stitch. I want to try cross stitch so bad, but I am very afraid to be adding another craft into my husband's wallet. My husband really wanted my crock pot spaghetti, so I got all the stuff and forgot ground beef. That's the important part. I'm working on Winter Solstice from Diamond Art Club. That's a pretty one. That's a pretty one. I have 3 as well. I actually have 4. The 3rd and the 4th one is going to be a very long time before I get back to it. I have been having really bad issues with Distracted by Diamonds. I really have. I'm sorry to say it. I don't like to feel like I'm bashing companies, but I had a terrible time with the frickin' Night Garden because of all the trash girls. And now I'm having the same exact issue with the robot that I started. So that's one of them. Then the one I threw in the garbage. And then the custom that I think I'm going to have to source drills for because the colors are just off. I want to try cross stitch, but I know I'll get addicted. Yeah, that's my problem, is that I know I will be addicted to it, and then not only will I be asking my husband for freaking diamond paintings, I'll be asking him for cross stitch stuff, and that's just that's a whole other freaking craft to add to just one person's, pay. Because again, I stay home. This is what I do. I stream now, but it's going to take me time to get up there, where I'm actually making good money off of it. So it's really just his paycheck right now that's paying for everything. And our bills are not cheap, so I don't think adding that right now would be smart, because I already know I'm going to get addicted to it, and then, just like I did with this, and then it's going to bother me when I can't get it. I'm here to bid the night. Good night, kitty cat. I'm hoping that you get some beautiful sleep. I hope the little one is alright with his eye. I hope that, I hope that you have a good night. And like I said, you don't have to rush it. Not at all. You definitely don't have to rush it. Like I said, I just gotta situate everything, and then I'll get you that payment over for them, and you can get them shipped out. Did you finish both of them, or is it one that you're finishing? Because I know you had to let me know the price on the other one. Hi, Legends. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. How's your night going? Can cross stitch get pretty pricey? I haven't looked into it deeply. I would ask Mrs. Coffee on that. I think they can get a little bit pricey depending on what you're getting. And I know, like, obviously once you start getting all of like the what's the word I'm looking for? All like the accessories and stuff, just like with DPing, it can get expensive because you need needles and you need like the little the supplies for it. Like if you're doing like the dyed fabric, it can be more expensive. The little thing that holds your fabric flat, you got to get one of those. Then cover minders, but technically you could really use the minders you already have, but I'm sure you'll want to get ones that correspond with cross stitch. I have just 2 pieces. Okay, let me see. Yeah, night. The smaller one won't take me as long. Okay, I just have 2 pieces of the larger one. My dad has tomorrow off, so he can help watch the mini demon while I work. Gotcha. I'm doing good. Just read rules to a board game and had a good dinner. Great! I'm glad you had a wonderful dinner. Give me once you deep dive, yeah, into the special fabric, stands, hoops, and such. I figured. Yep, that's the same thing with me. Just used flat. Yeah, that's what I figured. You can use your regular, since you already DP, you kind of have minders already, I would assume. So I wasn't too sure about that one, but I know from speaking to other people, like the special fabrics and hoops and all of that kind of jazz can kind of get pretty pricey. And then you also got to remember, since you diamond paint too, Ronix, that you have to add that charge and that price onto an already existing craft that you spend a lot of cash on. So that's kind of my thing. That's why I really would love to try it. My husband's like, I would really like you to try it because I think you would like doing it, which I've really been debative about, just because, like I said, with how much money and time goes into... Where did that disappear to, y'all? I hate when that happens. I know it was just there, y'all. I'm not going crazy. I know how much time and effort goes into, there it is. How you ended up over here, I'll never know. Goes into DP. I just don't know if I would have as much time, number one. And it's going to be very costly because not only am I going to be finding canvases that I want, but now I'm going to be looking at a whole nother craft that I'm going to be having things that I want. Yeah, I'm just lucky I'm picky with DPs I'm into, or else I'd be making purchases every Saturday. I've been kind of on the picky side too. The only problem with that is there's one canvas that I really have been wanting since it released, and now it's restocked. And now because I got all the new releases and the D-stash ones that I got, I can't afford it. So that's been a real kicker. It's been bothering me. Cross stitching can be done anywhere, even in the living room, spending time with your spouse. That's another good point. Are you trying to enable me, Mrs. Coffee? Is that what's going on here? Am I sensing that you are trying to coax me into a new craft and use the excuse of being able to spend time with a husband? Patterns are super expensive, yeah. I can go sit with my guinea pigs. Oh, I haven't had guinea pigs in years. I feel bad that they're alone because I'm cooped up in the crafting space. Yeah, I miss my guinea pigs. Caught, no. I was, I'm sure y'all can hear the cats going wild. That's because their dad walked in with wet food and is currently feeding them wet food. I'm sitting here talking, and I said I'd really like to try cross stitch. Remember the one I showed you, and you said you'd like me to try it out? And Mrs. Coffee, I was saying how I feel bad because I'm trying to maintain streaming schedule and spending time with you. And this was her response. She goes, well, cross stitching can be done anywhere, even in the living room, spending time with your spouse. I said, Mrs. Coffee, do I feel you trying to enable me to get another craft and use the excuse of spending time with my husband?
That would be a good craft to pick up.
I think it would. I really do.
It makes you creative and it adds to what you're doing.
I agree with you. I definitely agree. I love you.
Okay?
I mean,
Love you.
okay.
The cats are good now.
Thank you.
Look at them. Spoil you.
They're all, I mean, counted cross stitch is such a start. They're cheap at Walmart. Okay, so there's a difference. Is that when the pattern is printed on the fabric? Yeah, I'd love to know what that means because I don't know much about it. Like I said, I've only gotten. Did you grab cigarettes, honey? My love. Honey. He doesn't hear me. I don't know much about it. I definitely would love BRB running to Walmart. So then maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll try that first. And then see what I think. I buy cross stitch and diamond art for my girlfriend. Oh! There you go. Yeah, that's kind of where my husband is at right now. He buys all of my stuff, all of my diamond paintings, and maybe now my cross stitches. Because now he's saying like, oh yeah, I'd really like. He has been saying that he thinks it would be a really nice craft for me to get into, and I think so too because that's a really good point. It is more mobile. You can take it way more places than something huge like this. You know, this is a huge light board. This is a lot to carry from my craft room to my living room, let alone taking this to me, you know, on a vacation or to a doctor's appointment or something like that. With cross stitch, it's a lot easier to maneuver with it. It's a lot easier to take it different places. And that is a really good point. I can kind of subsidize like how much I'm DPing and spend more time with him because I can bring it into the living room and it's not so bulky, it's not so big. I can kind of just sit on the couch and just relax and do something that still keeps my mind kind of occupied. And that's kind of why I've really been thinking about it. The pattern is printed on the canvas and threads come with it. Oh, I tried getting a cross stitch kit. Thank you, sweetheart. From Temu a few months ago, but it ended up being embroidery. Oof. Yeah, my girlfriend does diamond art only at home. She takes cross stitch with her on trips. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot easier to definitely travel with. It also gives you a break from diamond painting so you don't burn out. Yeah, I get that a lot. I get burnout a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's also why I started working on the partial, because it's smaller, it's got more color to it. This, beautiful. Love it. Hands down, I'm having a really good time working on this. But it's dark. It's grays, beiges, whites, blacks, things like that. So it's very dark. So I like the fact that, you know, I could work on a canvas for Pride Month, number one, because it's super colorful. It's got rainbows all over the place, first off. Second off, it's a partial, so it's smaller, and it's a huge break from this. I like keeping my hands busy. Same thing with me. That's kind of my thing. I definitely like to keep my hands busy. I don't know. Oh yeah, I did finish that color. Because what happens is when I'm not keeping my brain and my hands occupied, like I said, my anxiety starts to kind of mess with me a little bit. I start to get very irritable. So I think it would be a good thing for me to kind of maybe try the ones like you said that are a whole kit and go from there. If I get the hang of it, because I don't know how to do it, so I would have to literally teach myself how to do it. There you go. Start off with something, that's what I'm saying. I think I might try to start off with something small. Something cute, small. And work my way up from that point. You know what I mean? Ooh, that's a good one. It says the words cross stitch and embroidery in the description. Now, I don't know if it would be the right thing. I think so. Because isn't cross stitch and like in the category of embroidery, Mrs. Coffee, if I'm not correct? I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the right thing, Ronix. Because I think that it's more, it's telling you that it's a cross stitch, but it's in the embroidery category. So that's why it says both. Yes, you can link it, Ronix. You can definitely link it. Not a problem. Thank you for asking me. Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't show it doesn't show a link. It just shows the name of it. Okay. I'll be here for a couple more minutes. That would just kind of be my thing. Is that number one, I'd have to find a company. I really want to do a cross stitch conversion real bad. Real bad. I wanted to see if I can get Eden as a cross stitch conversion because I know that the artist, I believe, does Heaven and Earth Designs, or one of the cross stitch conversion companies, and I would like to get it to where it's still considered legally licensed and it's not like stolen. You know what I mean? I really, really want Eden so bad. I want that artwork so bad. I have tried so many groups. I've tried to kind of throw it out there that I've been looking for it. So mad that they didn't say that it was like a one-time thing, and I got really upset about it when I didn't get it. And I think that Dakota works with one of the cross stitch companies, and I'd love to do a conversion, but I wouldn't know how to do that either because I don't even know how to do cross stitch. Unless I can find a company that's willing to print it out on the canvas for me and I can just source the drills for it from somewhere, then I would love to do that too. There you go. Who is it by? It is by Dakota Datwiller. Datwiller? I didn't know it was a limited edition. When I had it, this is the thing, okay? I was gonna get that one with my husband's Kiss canvas. But if I would have known that it was a limited edition, I wouldn't have waited to get the money up for my husband's canvas to cash it all out together. I would have just cashed out the Eden and waited until I had the cash to do his, because his has been on the website forever. It's constantly restocked. It didn't say that it was limited edition under it. They kind of did like a special pop-up, one of those things that they sometimes do. And by the time I realized it was limited edition, it was already sold out. You just bought a conversion kit? So how would I go about doing that? Like, is there a specific company that does that? Or how do I even start with that? Because I was watching a live when they did the Dakota-a-thon, and they had Dakota up there, and she said that she works with one of the cross-stitch companies. So I would be able to buy Eden as a cross-stitch and do it as a conversion, and it still be legally licensed. Okay, Jade does. Okay. So if I went and purchased the, I know it's going to cost me an arm and a leg doing it with Jada Gem Shop, but if that's really my only option to where I know that I'm going to get good quality stuff, even if I gotta wait, which is kind of my issue. I hate waiting super crazy time. Yeah, hers comes with the drills, right, I know. So would I go and find the company that does the Eden, that's legally licensed, right? And then I would buy that, and then what would I send her? The pattern that I purchased, and then have it made into a conversion, and then pay her for the conversion? You paid $60 for a 30 by 30. See, that's not bad though. I think for the Eden, I'm trying to remember what her normal size was, because I also don't want it to be too small to where it doesn't show the detail. Because I really would like to do that. I really would. Even if it cost me an arm and a leg to do it, that's artwork, that piece of artwork I would be willing to pay a decent amount for. I wouldn't go like too high, obviously, but I would be willing to pay a pretty penny for it, and that way, yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll message her, and what do I just go to her website? I would assume. I think it's jadagemshop.com. I kept getting asked to do one, and I'm like, oh heck no. But people wouldn't stop asking that. Yeah, I hear that. I would like to try. I really would. I would like to try just for the purposes of that canvas. I don't know why on earth DAC would get rid of that beautiful canvas. I really don't. There's a lot of people in the community who are begging them to bring that canvas back. And anybody that does have the canvas is not willing to part ways with it. Not for any price. And I don't blame them. There's a few canvases of mine that I wouldn't be willing to part ways with for any price either. But it sucks because I would so be willing to pay someone a good amount for that canvas. I really would. Like I said, I don't normally like to go super out of my price range for canvases, but for that canvas, yeah, I would. I definitely would. If I found somebody that would be willing to part ways with Eden, I would 100% hands down pay whatever it is they're asking for it. Alright. Let's see where we are going to.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey.
How is your
And when
night
you're done,
going?
I'll make you do it all again.
How is your night going? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. We are getting ready to raid out. I gotta figure out who we're gonna raid out to. I'm getting a little sleepy. I've been up here a little bit going on 4 hours, so I am a little bit tired. I am getting ready to go eat dinner. I do appreciate you though, and I hope that you're having a beautiful night. And I do thank you for coming in and chit-chatting, and the follow. I definitely appreciate you. I have done some for the fairy light. Okay, hold on. I've done same for the fairy light canvas. LOL. Thankfully found someone who was destashing it for some. Yeah, I swear, like, I'm so willing to, like, really kind of, like, go way out of my price range, because I know somebody that is gonna part ways with it, if I ever find someone who's willing to part ways with it, because that's, like, my super, like, that one is no joke. Like, okay, there's certain canvases that I really want that, like, I get a little upset when I can't get them, but that artwork is, like, means a lot. It does. It really does. It's a canvas that I really wanted really bad, and I've been looking for ever since, and I'm definitely willing to pay a good penny for it if someone was willing to part ways with it, and I would even be willing to pay way over what the cost of the canvas was when it was purchased, because it is discontinued. It no longer can be sold. It can no longer be bought from DAC. So if I can't find it, which seems like I'm not going to be able to, I think I might have to do a conversion. That's your unicorn kid. The fairy light, I'm in the UK. If I ever catch it in the UK D-Stash groups, I'll pop you a message. Dakota Datwiller is the artist. Yes, please. I will definitely be willing to pay those overseas kind of shipping. I know it's kind of going to be definitely a pretty penny, but yes, please do. If you ever see it, it is Dakota Datwiller, the Eden canvas. If you ever see it, please shoot me a message. I will be more than willing to buy it off the person, 100%. Did you really? See, this is my thing. I don't have Facebook. I probably should. It was just something that me and my husband decided to not have due to some drama that was going on. But I don't have Facebook, and that's why I'm not included in a lot of those D-Stash groups, and I wish that I had seen it, because I've been looking for that canvas for the longest. Like, when I say the longest, I mean the longest. And any person that I've ever came into encounter with is not willing to part ways with the canvas. I'm totally willing to spend way over what the actual price of the canvas was, since it is unfortunately discontinued. I know they're going to want more for it because of that fact. I'm willing to pay that, but I can't find anybody who's willing to get rid of it. Fairy Lights was my unicorn, but it sold out so fast. I'm so glad I found it, and even the toolkit was unopened. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Like I said, that's definitely got to be the one that that I'm more than willing to to pay a little bit extra for. I have to be completely honest. Let's see. Who can we normally they're doing? Do you remember? Do I remember the sneak peeker of the kit? I don't. I do not. I don't. Was it Rachel? Oof, talk about price gouging. Someone is selling Eden on eBay for $245 used. Yeah. I would never pay $245. Somebody definitely recommended, they're like, oh, go on eBay. I would never pay $245. That is way out of my price range for a canvas that's that small, that sold for like $45. I would be willing to do like $150, including my shipping. Yeah, it is what they do. They buy it, sit on it, and then sell it for an outrageous price. Yep. We were just having a conversation about that a couple weeks ago. Me and everybody were sitting here chit-chatting how There's certain people that just unfortunately go up onto the website when they have releases and buy a crap ton of canvases, sit on them for a while because they know that people are going to be looking for them, and then sell it at a ridiculous price. Yeah, there are some people that buy tons of kits, yep. Wait till they're in a shortage and then sell them for crazy. Yep. And I think it's so ridiculous. I really do. Now, like I said, the canvas was like $45 when it was on the website. So I definitely expect to spend at least $40 to $50 more due to the fact that it's discontinued. Even though my aspect on that, if I have a canvas that I'm willing to part ways with, I'm not going to charge somebody more because it's discontinued. I'm not going to do that. I will charge you what I paid for the canvas and then shipping. And if it's not discontinued, I would actually take less for what I paid for it, because obviously I want to get rid of it. If I'm willing to part ways with a canvas, I'm willing to part ways with a canvas for a reason. Let me check, because sometimes I can't see everybody that's on. Okay, that's who we're going to rate out to. We're going to rate out to Tech Unicorn. She's also DPing, so I think that's a good channel to rate out to. There are so many other things. Did you see how much? Yeah, that's crazy. $1,800 damn dollars. It's ridiculous. There are so many other things I'd rather do with $1,800 than buy one canvas. Exactly. See, a lot of those Hobby Lobby kits that people get on sale are like $16, up for like $90 now. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry, if I had $1,800, I would either put that on my rent, or I'd buy a car, or something like that. Or I would buy several freaking canvases for $1,800. Yes, that's what I'm going to rate out to. I'm super tired. I do appreciate all of you. Mrs. Coffee, thank you so much for giving some advice on everything you gave advice on. Thank you also for helping me with trying to figure out what's going on with the Pando. Ronix, I hope you have a great night. Pixie Pirate, I hope you have a beautiful night. I want to just show my appreciation and tell you guys how much I really do appreciate you guys supporting me. It does mean a lot to me. It really does. I love kind of just coming up here and hanging out with everybody. It makes my night. It really does. It makes my entire night. And I just can't believe how supportive everyone in the community really is. I hope that everyone has some absolute beautiful sleep tonight. I hope that if anybody has anything planned, that you guys have a great day tomorrow. And yeah, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend. I will be up tomorrow, hopefully normal time. You guys as well, have a wonderful night. Good night, everybody. Again, thank you so much, and we're going to rate out to Tech Unicorn 11, who is diamond painting. Thank you guys again, and I will see you